America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Yes, welcome. We are live. Episode 145 of the Untitled series, also known as the Immaculate series. I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. We got a game tomorrow. Of course you knew that. Why would I even bring that up? But obviously we are playing those bastards from Brentford. Luckily, we'll be at home. And when you're at home is when you can best exterminate the bees. You can take care of them whatever manner you see fit. But apologies about being late. I was live over there on Southview Coys with my boy Asthmatic Mia with Spurs Between the Lines. So big ups to them for having me on. But apologies to the viewers, those of you that waited and that have been here waiting oh so patiently. But big up to you. Hope you are too blessed to be stressed, as am I. There's a poll in the chat already, 34 votes. The question is thoughts on Brentford versus Spurs. 79% says Spurs back to winning ways. Yes. Talk to me nicely. Most of y'all saying Spurs gonna get back to them winning ways. Love to see it. 6% says Brentford Bumblebees will win. Fuck them bees. Damn it. Again, 2 curse words. Not even 5 minutes in, but hey, we move. I don't do it for the ads. I do it for you. I do it for me. I do it for Chewy. Haha. But big up everybody who's here. Hit that like, partake in the poll if you want to. You can dance if you want to, but you don't have to. We'll put it that way. Pick up everybody in the chat. I hope y'all are doing well. Let me keep dropping the intro music down because I don't want it to be too loud in my ear. I don't want to be too loud for you either. But look, we're going to keep it moving. Let's see who's the first here. Spurs GCTV. Congratulations. You get double first place prize. First YouTube chat member, first chatter. Look at them balloons just for you, Spurs GCTV. That's what I'm gonna start doing for everyone. Whoever gets the first place prize, you get either confetti or balloons, because I honestly forget which one is which. But big up Spurs GCTV. Hope you're doing well. Adam Phillip is here. Big up to Colin with Talking Balls. Says big up Jacob. Chewy says sorry guys, I was here earlier, but I had to get some more sleep in the other room. This dog Chewy, he never listens. Big up Tot Spurs. Big up Jacob and all. Big up Tot Spurs. Big up Dunkelsdork. And good to see you back, Dunkelsdork. Says Sarr on the bench tomorrow. I don't even know if we're going to get him in that capacity. He literally just played yesterday. I do have a bookmark saved on the Papa Mate Sarr and the reasons why I don't believe it was actually someone's tweet. Here, I'll share it with you right now. Just for you, Dunkelsdork, because you're back in the house. Says here, let me zoom this in, make it a little bit easier. So this guy, I mean, they're saying it definitively, although I don't know it to be definitive. I would say my best educated guess, Dunkelsdork, is that he won't be in the squad tomorrow. He just played a game late last night, been knocked out of the competition. He's not even on his way home yet, but Ivory Coast to the UK is a 9-hour flight. Says I'm pretty sure he will be mentally tired and physically too. Probably needs a day or two of rest before even returning to training. I would say this about Papa Mate Sarr. While he is one of a kind and such a stud, and we don't win without him, I would also say this. 9-hour flight after getting knocked out of a competition, your favorites or one of the favorites, hey, speaking of, big up Dermot, THFC till I die. Dermot, if you're free, why don't you go ahead and shoot me a text and try and get you on tonight. I think you texted me yesterday when I was live and I didn't see it. But if you want to join me tonight, my man, you're always welcome, Dermot. But thank you so much for the €10 super sticker. Kicking things off with the financials. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, again, not necessary, but it is so much appreciated. It is very much valued. My wife thanks you. My son thanks you. My unborn daughter thanks you. I thank you. Chewy thanks you. You get some balloons It's really all I could give you except free content. But if you want to continue to do the free thing, that is always cool as well, because you could just hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share the video with everybody. Like I'm sharing this link right now. Just took me, boom, 3 seconds to copy, paste, Control C, Control V. That's how easy it is to share this video. But big up everybody. Let's see who else is here. Big up Tinkle Stork. There's the Sarr news just for you, my friend. Hey, come on, Nick Brown. You say 2-1 win. I like that. Come on, you Spurs. Desmond 2 or not 2. That is the Desmond to be or not to be. That's what Jazz Fusion say. Big up Jazz Fusion. Always good to see you. Faisal says, hello, Jacob. Must win. Big up to see you. Good to see you back in the house, Faisal. Must win to level our point with Villa. A clean sheet would help, because right now I only imagine us probably score from a set piece, though. Hey, no. They're going to be got at. We are going to have ways to get at them, and I will tell you why throughout the duration of the show. Now, again, I'm not going to claim that I've watched Brentford as much as I've watched any of the other 5 from the top 6. But what I can say is the times I have watched them, there are clear indicators of where they can be got at. Plenty of teams have gotten them. I think they've lost 4 out of their last 5, albeit their last match was a win. The 4 prior were all losses. We'll look into it. We'll talk about it. But big up Faisal, good to see you in the house. Big up Taka, Liverpool fan here in the house, hitting the like, talking with us. Big up Taka every single time. Carl Simpson, how are you doing? Rumors tonight we can make a late move for Kimmich or Dominic Solanke. That's interesting. Ainge obviously refuting these things, but you know what? You might be onto something. Big up Ball Bean Counter. Better have the correct uniform today. Look, y'all can't be mad at this. It's a camera and eating utensils. It's a hoodie, it's just a simple old hoodie. No one could be upset. I'm not wearing a lead shirt, don't worry. Idea for clout. I don't want clout, Taka, but it says always say some wild shit about lowering the standards and get reposted on League Gunners Twitter. Taka, I will say this. I'm always going to do me and be as authentic to me as I can. Now, if some say it's wild shit and I'm lowering my standards, hey, that's their opinion. They're very much welcome to feel that way. However, I would never say some shit just for clout, personally. I didn't get into YouTube to be like, hey, I'm the clickbait. I'm just me. I'm a very authentic, honest person. I don't say shit for clout. I don't really say things to get people to, if I say this, someone's going to bite. Bro, apparently I could just say it and people are going to fucking get upset about it anyway. So, big up Taka. Big up Philly. Says, big ups to Korea for coming back to win that game today. They were down and out, and they ended up winning on pens. That was crazy. Are you doing a watch-along, Jazz Fusion? Great question. Because it's either I don't go live at all, or I go live super late, or I try and squeeze in a watch-along. And I'm going to try to squeeze in a watch-along. I am going to try to do a watch-along tomorrow. But speaking of watching along, someone who was watching but is now along with us for this show, give it up for Dermatron. Hello, buddy.
Hello, how are you? I was sitting, chilling out, having a bit of pizza from my Domino's, and then I get the back signal. I get the Jacob signal out at the top of Tottenham. Then I had to come and help you, sir. So always an honor to come on there.
Yeah, man. Good to have you here. Now I see a Højbjerg shirt. Now, Dermot, you are more than likely there's ops watching this right now. Mm-hmm. All right. That at some point, I have been frequented by Arsenal folks. They take and record what we say here, and they send it back to their Sith overlord. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't even follow Star Wars like that, but to the queen bee, since we're talking about bees, let's say they take these little bees, they go to all these Spurs channels, Twitters, and then they're like, oh, let's get the information and then take it back to Queen Bee. And then Queen Bee shares it out to all the other bee colonies. Because hey, that's the nature of the beast that we're in, and long may it continue, I say. But just, hey, I see a Højbjerg thing. That might get clicks in on its own. So where are you at with Højbjerg's tenure with Tottenham?
Look, As long as at Tottenham, I will support him. He's been my Danish destroyer. Look, he hasn't played the best games. I'd hold my hands up, but I'm not going to ditch him. I will stay a Højbjerg fan until he goes, and I wish him all the very best elect. Do you know what I mean? I wish him all the very best of luck wherever he goes. But Højbjerg has done a lot of good for us over the years under Conte, under Mourinho. He cannot play handball. He's not good for that system. But when you look at the Conte system and the Mourinho system, he was there for us. He was one of the better players. When other players were letting us down, Højbjerg never let us down. So that's why in the good times we cheered him. In the bad times, I'm sticking by him. So that's why the shirt's going back up now. I'm showing my support to Mr. Højbjerg.
Hey, I'm all for people sharing their opinions, no matter my feelings about him. But real quick, got some things to... I do want to discuss Højbjerg, so please remind me, Dermot. I will forget, but I have to address a few things. Got P in here with a £1 dono. There's no message, but big up to P. Good to see you in the house. Wayne Bonner's here gifting 5 United Spurs of America memberships. Woo-hoo. Big up, Wayne Bonner. I like to always make a fun, silly joke that if he had one less in his last name, he'd be the talk of town. But big up Bajan Reds, you got your membership. Big up Bajan Reds. Make sure you subscribe there. Akima THFC, Lee Smithy Smith, Adrian Shroka, and Mark Cousins. Now, 3 of those names are people who frequent the Spurs YouTube hemisphere that are frequent flyers of the channel. So Lee Smithy Smith, great to see you. Adrian Shroka. Lee Smithy, if you're the same guy that I'm thinking of, I told Bobby K to send my number to you so I could get you on a show, because I think you wanted to join the members show, but you weren't a member. Well, you are a member now, but I'm saying I'll try and get you on before the next members show. But big up Adrian Shroka and Mark Cousins as well, other frequent flyers of United Spurs of America. So big up Wayne Bonner. Dubs in the chat right now for Wayne Bonner. Here we go. Confetti or balloons? There you go. It's confetti this time. Ain't that sweet? Very nice indeed. Thank you so much, Wayne Bonner. Already off to a killer start here. I will say hello to a few more people in the channel. I want to make sure I say hello to some of these members real quick. Lisa, yes, I did see this video, and I have it bookmarked. You can guarantee I did see that. Cubed, I didn't watch the whole game, but I did watch the ending. It was crazy, and I watched the penalties. Sonny, clinical. I feel foolish for ever saying, who's going to take our penalties? Should we ever fucking get awarded a penalty, which we don't. But if we ever did get awarded, who would it be? Because it's obviously not going to be the King Kane. But hey, Heung-min Son, cool as you like. Big up Bob Down Under. Bob Down Under, hello. Big up Naked Seals. Alexander Castro is here. Giuseppe. Big up Giuseppe, my East Coast brother out there. Joe Leone's here. Hey, he's always here, and Joe Leone, you disappoint me when you don't give me the minutes, the hours and seconds leading up to the last time we had a trophy, because, to me, that is real dedication to the joke. Big up Yanis Rubelis. Big up Jacob Chewy in chat. The bees are going down. I do want to say something in regards to the bees before we get back to talking about Højbjerg. There's a video that I love personally, and when I say that our players need to go into tomorrow's match with one thing in mind, it's quite simply this.
Is that who you really wanted? You sure about that?
See, I love that fucking thing.
There he is, bitch.
That is the energy I need from all 11 of our Tottenham Hotspur players. All right? That is what I need during it.
Oh dear. I've seen some things in my time, but that one is the funniest. Right. I didn't expect him to eat it, right? I thought when he went to bash it, I went, that's as far as it's going to go. And next thing to see me, I'm going, it was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? That's so funny.
But
I can just imagine Ange doing that in the dressing room, right? Getting a load of bees. Right, lads, this is what I want you to do. You can imagine the lads looking at them and going, is the boss okay? Has he drunk anything? Oh Lord, that's the best one.
Big
yeah.
up Adrian Chia says the Tron is in the house. Give us some scoop, Tron. Big up Adrian Chia. Big up David Shear gifted a membership there. David Shear. Not David Shire. It's David Shear, for those of you that were wondering.
Is it
Big
Shear?
up
I thought it
Daniela
was
Zito.
Shire.
Daniela Zito, you are the recipient of the gifting of the membership there. I was thinking about, so I was on Southview Coys with Ashmatic earlier, Mia, and I was like, you know what? I just thought about that video. I was like, that's the fucking energy we need.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me screen record that thing real quick and share it with all of you. For those of you who haven't seen it, that's the energy we need right there. But big up everybody in the chat. The chat's honestly flying right now, so I'm just gonna kind of skip ahead, make sure there's nothing crazy. Someone like, hey Jacob, it's my birthday today. There's the link for THFC Till I Die. Make sure you go subscribe. In a moment, I will put the link for that in the description of this video. So if you are watching on playback, you can find it there. I'm a little distracted myself, honestly. But David's here. Says, I'm here for Tron Mania. Big up Jacob and everyone in the chat. Big up David with the Irish Hotspur, my favorite destination on game days for watch on. I don't know why Joe Leone is. Does Lee pay you to be his propaganda merchant? Like, what are we doing here?
Is that
Good
lead
up,
judges of Arsenal?
No, not Lee Judges. Lee Gunner, the guy who made fun of me for celebrating us re-signing Destiny Udogie.
Oh,
The guy who seems to think that my choices and what I say and my feelings somehow dictate what the club do is weird for me. But you know what? We move. You know, everyone.
Do you know what? I got your back. I have your back, Jacob. THFC Till I Die has your back. There you go.
I mean,
Spurs fans
the
stick together.
reality of it is, Dermot, when you deep it, it's an Arsenal fan taking the piss out of a Tottenham fan.
It is.
What does that
don't
mean to
do
me?
that.
What does it
Nothing
mean to
but
me when an Arsenal fan's like, oh, this guy's opinion is that? Like Joe Leone here. He says, instead of wanting a dog shit player like Højbjerg out, he backs him no matter what. This is the issue. Backing mediocrity.
Well, I've got an answer for that. Supporting Tottenham for 43 years gives me an entitlement to support the players I do support. Højbjerg has been there for us. I've criticised him when he's played bad, and I praise him when he does good. So if you want to go, I've just watched your team tonight, by the way, which was, I fell asleep during it. It was that boring. And you just go off and support your little South London club. You leave North London to the proper North London team in North London. And listen, Højbjerg is a better midfielder than all you lot got. So there you go. And as for a Dom Beast fan base, well, at least we're proper North London fans. You lot are just South London. So go back there and support South London clubs. And we move on.
And we do move on. But big up. Glad you're here. Make sure you are hitting the like on the video. Big up Dunkelsdork, grabbing a membership. Welcome to the Lover's Lane, my friend. Hello, Dunkelsdork. Good to see you here. Honestly, Dermot, what I would say is, yeah. Happy Destiny Udogie Day. Exactly. I don't ignore. I like to say, I like to let them know that what they say at the end of the day, like when I put my head down on the pillow, ain't nothing none of these clowns on the internet say matters to me, because when I close this computer, all of them are gone. And that's how much they matter in my life. At the like this, boom, it's all gone. So for me, I never have a problem if an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, City, Chelsea, whatever, they want to come in here and take the piss out of me and whoever I have on. To me, it doesn't bother me, because I would say I have pretty thick skin. I wouldn't get into YouTube if what Joe Leone or Lee Gunner said would affect me or my choices or how I feel. So, like, people are allowed to feel however they want to feel. I mean, they feel however they want to feel about their club too, and I have my opinions on that. They have their opinions on how I feel about my club. So, at the end of the day, for me, Dermot, it really don't bother me none. If they want to clip me up, they want to make fun of me, because there's always something funny to come out of it. Like when I was getting made fun of for Destiny Udogie Day, I got this beautiful clip, and I've seen this clip about 100 times, and it still makes me smile. So Here you
Destiny
go.
Adoji. Oh, yes. Oh, Destiny Adoji Day. Hey. Idiots, man.
So there we are.
Can
But
I
big
just?
up, Joe Leon. I mean,
I want to offer him something.
Arsenal channels are live right now, and he chooses to be at his Tottenham one. And to me, I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I do. I just want to offer him this bottle for bottling it last season. So there you go. Congratulations, you are the bottle.
That
jobs.
looked disgusting. That looked like a piss bottle, Dermot.
No, I didn't actually.
Gross.
What it is, there's
Was
water
that
in
orange
it.
juice? Oh.
No, orange, just proper orange in it. Well, it's actually poaching in it, but don't tell anyone.
Well, hey, you can put whatever you want
Poaching
inside
is a
that
very
bottle.
poaching is a very famous alcoholic drink here in Ireland.
Poaching?
Poaching.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically it's vile stuff. You can drink it and then drink a glass of water the next morning and still get pissed from the water the next morning.
Big up Yanis Rublis says, Ainge ain't here for mediocrity. Same. Hey, that's, I guess, if you would have talked to me this time last year, I probably didn't have the same demeanor that I did. I mean, I'm generally a pretty happy person. So, like, regardless, at the end of the day, I feel pretty happy about life. But when it comes down to where we're going and how I feel about our club and our potential at this juncture as compared to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, is completely different. So, you know, it's okay to be happy. It's okay to be happy, everybody. Adrian Chia's here, making me happy. Says, you are big when rivals come here instead of celebrating a win. And isn't that funny? Because they did just get a win. They got a full 3 points away. I don't think they've won at Nottingham Forest since like early 2000s, some shit like that. So, long time coming. They got their win. They're lucky Matt Turner is so shit, which he's also an Arsenal person as well. So I'm not surprised to see him just allow everyone to. Both of those goals were quite shitty, if I may, of a goalkeeper. I'm really glad. And I hope he never starts for U.S. men's national team ever again. And I've said that since he showed that he was a prick. It was like the summer, right whenever he was transferring from New England Revolution or whatever it was to Arsenal. Someone in the U.S. had asked him to sign one of their shirts. And he was like, oh, that's a Tottenham shirt. No, I'm not signing it. And he hadn't even been signed, but he had just signed, I guess it was for Arsenal, some shit like that. But so I think he's a prick and he sucks. He's a shitty goalkeeper. If you saw that second goal, Dermot, that Arsenal scored, he dove and played. I've never seen a goalkeeper like we've seen some shitty goalkeeping over the years.
Yeah,
not from us specifically, but around the league. And Hugo's had some blunders in his last year. But the whole diving in place, like he literally just dove and didn't move. Yeah. Like if you look where his foot was, he just went parallel with the ground and fell, basically.
No goalkeeper should get beaten the near post. I don't care who you are. I mean, that should have been a savable.
Well, that was the first one, and that went right between his legs. Technically, you were trained as a goalkeeper to not allow that. Whenever it's near post, you use your inside leg to trap the crotchal area. That's a basic. Bro, I played goalkeeper for 16 years. That's a basic I even knew. I never played it at no level Matt Turner. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very basic goalkeeping error. He looked like Andre Onana today, honestly.
He did. He really did. Look, it wasn't a great game. It was a very boring game, if I have to say. And they were lucky, I think. Forest didn't do much. So, look, it's 3 points, but I wouldn't say they were electric. They weren't. I thought Forest were bad. I think the surprise of the night is Luton beating Brighton 4-0, which is a shock. I didn't see that coming. So, you know, that was a good night for Luton.
I did say I did mention I think in the summer when or the beginning of the summer when I saw Luton come up that in the playoffs this guy Adebayo, that the guy who got the hat trick today, I was like he was very impressive to me he had big size, he was fast, and he almost scored a goal versus us, but he fluffed it, and that was quite nice. So then I was like, okay. But he got a hat trick today. Not a bad little player there. I saw Akuva in the chat. Saw Akuva. Let me pull up the comment. It says, what the fuck? I tune in and Dermot is on the poachine again. The poachine. Some things never change. Big up Jacob and Dermot all in the chat. I should be back streaming again in the next few days. This is as good a news as when you see fucking James Madison's back at training. Oh, he's back training. We're going to get a
Can
Kuva
you
back
give
soon.
Kuva my number? Because I've lost Kuva's number. So if you can, yeah, if you can
I'll send that
WhatsApp
to him.
Kuva. But the drinking
You
thing,
might need to remind me after the show because I'm going to forget. But
me and Kuva have had this standard joke for years. He started on THFC Till I Die way back in the beginning, and I used to drink massive bottles of orange and water, and he'd be saying there was alcohol in it. So it's a standard joke between me and Kuva, which has been going for years. He made me laugh so much, I nearly passed out live on the stream. On one stream, I literally had to go sideways. I was laughing that much. But yeah, good times.
Big up Paul Brown. Good to see you in the house. Joe Leone says the performance was awful tonight. I'm Arteta out. Standards are high where I'm from. You always miss the point. You lose tomorrow. You will say immaculate vibes after the loss. This is the issue. Again, it's very simple, Joe Leone, to differentiate my life from football. When I say immaculate vibes and I'm too blessed to be stressed, when I say those things, it's because my life is too good. My life is too damn good to be too upset. So if that translates to low standards for my club, sorry that I've been fortunate enough with a very blessed life. James Bond says, give up, Jacob. You'll badmouth even your own American to try and banter Arsenal. Bro, he's shit. Even without the American ties, the Arsenal ties, he was a shit goalkeeper. Both of those goals were his fault. How do you dive in place when a shot is clearly going far post? I don't know. How you allow a goal to go between your legs? That's piss poor. Vicario would never. All right? It's a disgrace.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace.
Thanks.
Very
You're just giving
disgraceful.
me nightmares now. Thanks. I'm going to have nightmares about Arteta. Thanks for that, Jacob. It's like watching. Oh, jeez. Ooh. It's like you need to put a warning up before that person comes up on the screen. This man may give you nightmares.
Bob Down Under, big up. Did I miss one of Kuva's chats? Someone was talking. I got distracted. Someone was talking to Kuva, and I don't think I saw it. Oh well. Bob Down Under says, sorry, Dermot. No room for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg in the Ainge system. Been a good servant and will do very well at another club if system suits him. Can't stand him walking away from the team at the end of the matches. Poor. These are a few things. And last year, when things were going tits up, he was smiling. We were down 3-0 or something. And there's a photo of him smiling. And to me, the writing has been on the wall for Højbjerg to leave. Now, again, Joe Leone came in here. He's taking the piss out of you for what you said, Dermot. But for me, anyone who's watched me long enough knows how I feel. And I said in the summer that I don't see Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as a player who can be efficient in this system. I've said if there's an offer that comes in for him, I'll take it. But we can't just sell him for peanuts because at the end of the day, him or Skip, you're really picking between shit or piss, which one you want on your hands. And sometimes PP's a little bit easier to wash, so I'll take PP on my hands over shit. But it's really not. It's not like we have a slew of talent to pick from at this juncture. So Højbjerg being here, leaving this month. He's not leaving this month. That's already been confirmed. And I think that was just a matter of we were probably not able to get his replacement in at a price in which we were looking for. That's my assumption. But the writing has been on the wall the entire time that Højbjerg is leaving, I think.
Look
I'll
for me, Jacob.
Talk about it.
Yeah, look for me, Jacob. Look, Højbjerg has been a good servant for us. He has done well under Mourinho and Conte. Yes, I agree with you. Ange's system is not his system, and I agree with you. He hasn't played well, but I'm not going to back away from a player who I've supported from day one. Højbjerg has been my player I've liked.
But surely your opinion could change as you've seen his impact and his regression.
Yeah, look,
because I will give you this: in the first 2 years of his tenure, he was our most consistent midfielder. He was always healthy and he was always putting in a shift and he was going out there bleeding for the badge. But the last 18 months, Dermot, surely someone as a fan like you, like as much as I am biased about Romero, I've still dug my heels in, and I believe there's still enough there. What has Højbjerg shown you that gives you that hope that there's still enough there? Because for me, I don't see it. I see him as a player that he's very limited skill-wise, but he can do a job for a system. If he went back to a Southampton, if he played for Nottingham Forest, he would fit in so well for Nottingham Forest. Luton Town, I think, he's got qualities, but that are not good enough for what I think we should be looking at. And I don't want to see him as a person in starting 11. Now, at this juncture, it's more of necessity rather than preference, but I'll let you go ahead.
Look, I've given him stick when he deserves stick. I thought the games against Brighton when he pulled out of tackles, I criticised him massively for that. I look at the last 10 minutes against Man City, he was dreadful. I'm not disputing that. I think the 80 minutes before that, he was good. He was one of the best players on the pitch for us, I think, apart from a few other players. There's games where I can be so frustrated with Højbjerg, but there's other games like Chelsea when he came back and got that ball off the line when nobody else was moving. He ran back there and got that ball off the line against Chelsea. We're down to 9 men at that time. Little things like that. Look, Højbjerg for me is a very divisive figure in the Tottenham fan base. You're either going to like him. He's like Marmite. You're either going to like him or not like him. He's either going to put a performance in or he's not going to put a performance in. His head's been turned in the summer, in the winter about moving. So, of course, that's going to affect your game. He's now not moving until the summer. So now he's got to, for me, he's got to knuckle down and he's got to perform. He owes us performances. He hasn't been performing at his proper potential. Let's put it that way. He's either been performing at 80%. You cannot perform at
his skill set. How can we utilize what he does? What, like, I know that in our fit 11, he's not in that.
Oh, he's not in that.
But even off the bench, he's not going to come in and supplement either three of those midfielders that we put in.
No, he gives you something different. He gives you that sort of defensive-minded way of playing. Look, he's not going to get into the top 11. And look, I see Højbjerg through probably a little bit of rose-tinted glasses, and I'll admit that. Look, I've been very critical of him. I've been critical of Richie. I've been supportive of Johnson as well, who he let me down on Friday as well. So I will back players because I know what they've done in the past. They've given us so much in the past, where you have to look to the future now. He is going to go. I think he will go in the summer, and he will give a team. You are right, like Forest or a team like that. He'll fit in there perfectly because it's a defensive type of formation.
I like Kuva's explanation here. It says, to be fair, I think Højbjerg plays like a prime Yaya Toure. That is, if Yaya Toure was caught in a bear trap and carrying a safe. I kind of like that. That's fun. See, Kuva, YouTube misses you, bro. I miss you, man. I can't wait for you to come back and say some funny shit like this.
Look, I'm not embarrassed to support. I'm not embarrassed to have that behind me. That was bought for me by a friend who I class a very close friend, and she knows how much Højbjerg meant to me, and Højbjerg has been my favourite players in this current generation of Tottenham players. So, but look, if he leaves with my gratitude, he leaves with my thanks, and I wish him the very best to wherever he moves to. And I'm sure he will be a success where he moves to in that sort of system, but he does not fit an Ange system. We don't need players like Højbjerg now in an Ange system. We need players that will fit an attacking system. Look, I don't agree with these actions at the end of the game either. I think if you're on there, you stay on the pitch to the end, you clap the fans, and you show a little bit of decorum, you show a little bit of backbone, okay? And even if you had a bad game, still have the guts to stay out there and clap the fans. If the fans are going to abuse you, take it. You deserve that criticism. So I think he's actually...
To me, if this is not the first time that he's walked off and he has this sour attitude because he knows he's not getting the game time, I guess, he's the captain of his national team. I think his expectations for himself are higher than the reality of where he is at. And for me, I'm of the mindset like he could go. He could have gone in the summer. He could have gone this January. He could go next summer, and that would be good because we need someone who is more advanced.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. He meant to go to Fulham last January, and he refused to go to Fulham, and that was last January. So whatever Ange has seen in him to keep him around, Ange must have seen something in him to play him to keep him around. Now, whatever that reason was, we will never know. But look, as long as he's still at Tottenham, as long as he's still pulling on the Spurs shirt, I will support him, like I will all the players. All the players will get my 110%. Once he leaves, that's it.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your service. But as long as he pulls on that shirt, I will support him 100%.
Stefan. It says Højbjerg plays like he's wearing jeans and Doc Martens. There was someone who did an edit of him running, and he was running around, and he had I don't know if you know what Timberlands are. Those brown, like they're fairly synonymous with New York. And he had baggy jeans and some Timberlands on. Oh my God, that was so funny. That's great. That's great. Look, I honestly didn't expect to get into a Højbjerg talk, but he has been a discussion that's been going around. I saw the shirt behind you, and I'm like, fair warning, Joe Leone or somebody is probably going to say, hey, Lee, look what I found you. Another clip you can post online. And they're going to be like, woohoo. You know, hey, make sure you like and subscribe.
Excited.
That's what
I'm getting a clip. Woohoo.
To me, I like the fact that there are Arsenal fans who want to take the piss out of Spurs fans. It's really weird when it's like your enemy's like, here, let me help you up when you fall. And it's like, I don't really think, like when they all come in here and like, you need to raise your, why don't you just worry about your damn self?
Yeah.
You know, why are you worried about my expectations, bro? If anything, if it's true what you're saying, you should be glad. You shouldn't be trying to get me to change it, right? Like, what is the rationale there, Dermot? I just thought about this. Like, if you're an Arsenal fan and you're like, these damn Spurs fans and yada, yada, he's saying all the things that Joe Leone's saying, we're stupid because, you know, of our expectations, our ambitions or whatever. I just don't understand. Like, surely you would want them to not do good, but you're over here trying to give me advice on how to make us better. And you expect me to trust that and to accept that? I don't know. It just seems weird.
It does.
I mean, you say not rivals, but like, I would disagree. I think.
Look,
broadcasting companies would disagree. I think geographical locations would disagree. I think
I would disagree.
Fan bases would disagree as well.
Yeah, 43 years of supporting Tottenham, I would definitely disagree with that. And there was a comment somewhere in the chat saying I bow down to Arsenal. I don't bow down to any man or club, by the way. So whoever said that in the chat, I don't bow down to anyone. I bow down to myself.
Bow down?
I don't. Somebody in the chat's way up there. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just making a point. I don't bow down to no Arsenal team or our Arsenal manager. I'm Spurs through and through. Only person I bow down to is my parents, and that's about it. And my family. I will not bow down to any other stupid Arsenal fan or club. They can all go back to South London. Sorry, just wanted to say that, Jacob.
Well, hey, there it is. Ren, now that you're here, I feel like this is a good time to revisit and to start previewing Brentford. Because we're not here to talk about Arsenal's fan expectations, my expectations, your expectations. Because honestly, I'm kind of bored of it. Kind of bored,
so am I.
Really.
I want to talk about Brentford.
I want to look forward to Brentford. So I think we watched this video, and there was about half as many people when we watched the Bees. So again, if you've seen this video and it makes you uncomfortable, well, just look away. But Ren, specifically, now that you're here, I was waiting till I saw a couple more of the regulars, and I was like, I want y'all to watch this video. Yes, Jazz Fusion. Spam bees in the chat. I need bee emojis spammed in the chat right now. And let's explore what I would call a cinematic masterpiece. And if I could play one video right before the boys go out there to take on these Brentford Bumblebees, this is what I'm playing.
Is that who you really wanted? You sure about that?
You sure about that? I love that. You sure about that? Oh.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's what I need. Yes.
Hang on. Can I just say something? And the Oscar goes to Jacob for man putting bees in mouth.
That is the
You got to
energy.
send me that, Jacob. You got to send me that. You got to send me
I
that.
thought it was Josh Brolin. I swear I thought it was Josh Brolin when I first saw this. Oh my god. I love that video.
You've got to send me that. That is so good. I got
That's
to show
the
that
vibe.
I got to show that to Philip Brady. Here, watch this, Philip. This is what we're doing before the Brentford game. Oh, dude.
You're right, Donovan. This shit do mean something to me. I do think he was. Yeah, I think he was off of something. He was off something. I don't know what, but it was definitely something.
We're not sure. It's still being investigated what he was on. We will let you know, ball being counted once we find out. Oh dear.
Well, here we are. Big up, Stefan.
Oh, thank you
Says he's
very
enjoying
much.
some Dermot tonight. There you go.
Oh,
See?
very much. Very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, look, let's get into it. I was gonna do. I think it might actually be something that we should do. But this is the. Here we go. Hang on. Here's the predicted lineups per SofaScore. Now they've got James Maddison starting with Højbjerg and Bentancur in the midfield. Are you picking a different midfield than this? They're also predicting Dan Kulusevski as a right winger. And then, so that would mean Brennan Johnson getting benched, James Maddison into the fold. But let's talk about the midfield first. Dermot, do you think this is going to be the midfield we go with? Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Bentancur, and then James Maddison on top.
You see, look, you're either going to play Højbjerg or Skippy. So, which is the lesser of two evils, to be fair? And I think it's going to be Højbjerg. Not just because I got him behind me, but I think he's the lesser of two bad midfielders, to be fair. Look, Bentancur, it's a start for me. I would drop Johnson as well. I would put Kulu on that wing. I think you're more effective that way. But they need to use Werner more. I thought they didn't use Werner enough on Friday against Man City. I mean,
he can only make the runs. I don't blame him
it.
for any.
I don't.
He
blame
can
him
only
for
make the
nothing.
runs. It's up to them to play him on, and no one did. Dermot, they kind of just left him out there. Irish Hotspur says no Johnson. Thank God.
Yeah, Dave's not Johnson's biggest fan, but look, I was praising him, but I think the kid now needs a timeout. I think he does, and then with all the players coming back, I think you're going to find Kulu more. He's more effective on that wing as well. I thought he was very lost in that midfield on Friday, but look, over Højbjerg and Bentancur, I think Højbjerg's the lesser of two evils, in my opinion. I think you do start with him, unless you different and you think Skippy should start with him. I don't know who's the better midfielder out of Højbjerg and Skippy. That's the problem, isn't it? We haven't got another proper midfielder to stick in there.
Here's my thought: get Højbjerg out of there, and I say we just put Bentancur there in the central. And then we have Kulusevski and Maddison operating as two forward 8-10s. That's kind of my thought. Because then you get to still get the work rate from Dan Kulusevski that he can do from the right wing. But personally, Dermot, I've been here and I've said this. I don't like Kulusevski as a winger. Now, I'm not saying Johnson is all that much better, but at least he's got pace. And if Kulusevski could just ping some balls to him, we might be able to, he might be able to get some decent. Again, we have to be able to find those runs on the left and the right. Timo Werner was making all type of runs, but no one was fucking passing him the ball.
Would you drop one of the central defenders for Djurgården to bring him, Rudu to bring him in?
And then what? Play a back three?
Yeah, play a back three. So do it like a 3.
I mean, we technically saw that a little bit when he made his debut.
Yeah. So would you go with that? Would you just change it up a little bit?
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but if it gets Højbjerg out this team and somebody else, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so play like back 3, then you've got Destiny and Poro who are win backs anyway.
But the thing is, about Destiny, that I do want to touch on here, if we did go to a back 3, the last 4 matches, he has been tracking back and doing a lot of defensive work. And I think that now that Van de Veen is back, he's going to be the last man to track back and do all that. So Destiny's not going to have to. Now, that's why I guess I'm not adverse to the idea of 3 at the back, because Pedro Porro and Destiny Udogie naturally are going to get inverted and push up and attack, and that's going to leave those holes on the back and the holes on but the holes on the left, they're not really there because Destiny does such a good job at getting. And I just worry, or maybe not worry, but I wonder if by switching it up, now we're telling him again, now this is something else different. But obviously, he's a very malleable player.
It'd be something different for me, Jacob. It's something like just switch it about a bit. I know Ange from Celtic. He likes to stick with the system and he sticks with it, and that's how you play. But it can become too predictable, and teams will work you out very quickly how you play. So if you start switching it up, it sort of thinks, "Oh, hang on a minute, we didn't plan for this. What they've sprung a surprise on us." So. Look, Ivan Toney for me is a threat for me for Brentford. And I think that's the one player that worries me. I think apart from that, I think it should be an easy win tomorrow. I think Brentford are very beatable. But we need to do something different. Ange needs to switch it up. Play the 3 central defenders, 3 centre-backs. Destiny and Porro as wing-backs. As you say, Højbjerg doesn't play. That solves the Højbjerg problem.
Yeah.
And then
it actually solves a few problems, because then we're not even talking about bringing Kulusevski, and then now Johnson is also starting, because I agree with you. I think at this stage we need to give Johnson, now let's see what you can do off the bench for me, Brendan. That's kind of where I'm at now. If that's what happens, I don't know, because this was Ange's guy. He came out and fucking put his neck on the chopping block for him. So you got to imagine. Now, I like Kuva's comment here. It says, Romero naturally likes to push forward. He says once, I would say he likes it, enjoys it. Kuti, can't you see? He likes to push forward and play like a 6 anyway. So 3 at the back isn't really a huge change.
No. It's not a huge change, but how about even play Mickey van der Ven and Rudo as a back 2 and put Romero in that defensive role with Bentancur in that midfield. It might give, that's another problem. That doesn't mean you don't play Højbjerg. And then you can switch the formation. So when you're attacking as a 3-5-2, but when you're defending as a 4-3-3, if you know what I mean. So you got you got one formation for attacking and another formation for defending. So that's another option as well. Because that Romero will slot into a central defender's role in the center of the back 3. So when you're attacking, he can slot into that midfield sort of role as well with Bentancur. They're both South American players. They both they understand football language. Doesn't matter, they're playing for different countries, but they understand the language of football in South America, and they got an understanding. I think that might be the way to go, because when you're playing teams, especially in the Premier League, you've got to have 2 or 3 different systems within a match. Terry Venables was the master of changing having 3 or 4 different formations during the match. He did that during Euro 96. He did that his time at Tottenham as well, when he was manager at Spurs. Even manager at Barcelona, he'd have 2 or 3 different formations during the match. So I think it's always nice to mix it up a little bit. So don't be so predictable. And I think this is the problem. We're going to become a bit too predictable. Players, managers are going to work us out how to break us down. So we need to switch it up a little bit, in my opinion. What else we've got to do? We've got nothing else to lose. So we might as well just go for it. Go for the league and throw the kitchen sink at it. Sorry.
Yeah, stateside Lily Whites here says Big up stateside Lily White's it's a new name in the chat. It says Ainge isn't going to sacrifice a midfielder for the sake of making a new signing happy, even if it's the error-prone Højbjerg. I would say it would be less about making the signing happy and more about solidifying our defense in some way. But I don't see it. So I like, excuse me. Excuse me. I do agree in the sense that I don't think he's going to sacrifice a midfielder and go to a back three all of a sudden. I don't see that happening.
No.
I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility because he's always said that I'll change it up if I think things are getting stale. So I hope that'll be the case. But I do want to real quick just digress. And Joe Leone, this is the only time you've said something that has offended me. And he says that he doesn't care about helping out the channel. And honestly, Joe Leone, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. I don't know why you would do that. If you keep saying rude things like you don't want to help, like you don't care about helping out the channel, you're here all the time chatting and you don't care that you're helping the channel. I don't think that's very nice, you know.
I think it needs to be put in the naughty step, I think, Jacob.
No, I'm going to play a clip.
And the donkey's like, that's the donkey. You're a donkey.
There you are.
Talking about Tony Adams there.
What?
Tony Adams was called the Donkey back in the day when he played for Arsenal. That was his nickname from the Spurs fans, the Donkey.
And I see hey, big up Ren. Who doesn't appreciate a woman enjoying the fact that they're thick and they've got low standards? All thick girls stand up. Come on now. Let's show some love to the thick women out there. Y'all are crazy in the chat. The chat is actually moving mad right now. Side Dancer says, I'm not thick, I'm just girthy. Y'all are moving crazy right now. Earth is fat and thick. That's what I'm saying. Oh my god.
Oh god, no! Don't tell me he says the Earth is flat. Oh no, it is round. Believe me. Not going for this flat Earth society. Oh, it's fat.
I think he's saying it's fat. He says fat. Earth is fat and thick with 2 C's. So when they say it with 2 C's, that's how you know it's thicker than a Snicker. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that what it means? Sorry, dyslexia is a bitch, so I just read that wrong. So I do apologize.
No worries. Rin says the thickest fan base in the land. And she said it with 2 C's, exactly. Chat Sports says not sure Madison will start. Now, for me,
I think
he's been playing a lot. Or, excuse me, not playing a lot. He has been back training for 2 weeks during the holiday. And then he came on as a substitute appearance. Now, you'd imagine he's been training the whole time since then till now. I would imagine he's good to go. Do you think he did say the Earth is flat and thick? By the way, he just corrected himself.
Oh no, not another flat Earth.
Do you think James Madison's going to start tomorrow, Dermatron?
Yeah, he will. He'll start tomorrow.
Because the last time I said somebody's going to fucking play, I was wrong, and it was Erling Haaland. I was like, he's in training, he's jumping around, he's flying, you know, he's hitting headers, he's doing the Michael Jordan.
I didn't want to say anything on that. I was gonna forget that, Jacob. But now
I was very sure of it. I was very sure of it. I was very wrong.
I knew. I actually got told 2 days before he wasn't playing, and I thought, no, I let Jacob have his. Maybe Jacob's right, and maybe I was wrong. But look, everyone makes mistakes. We move on. We just leave them there, and we don't look back. Look, I thought you were right. I thought he was going to start when I watched the show, and you were given all this evidence, like pictures of him training and that, and I thought, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe he is going to play. Maybe I got it wrong. But look, for me, Madison does play. He's got to start tomorrow night. He really does. And I think he's the one that will make us tick. He was the one that will unlock the Brentford door tomorrow night. He's got to start, in my opinion.
I agree with Mike. He looked really unfit. Looked leggy per Chat Sport.
I think it was more match fit. I think he is fit. I think he's not match fit.
Big up Paul Tucknot. That's a fantastic last name.
That is a name in the hell.
That is a fucking legitimate last name. Says hard to be predictable if no one's seen our first team in months. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I agree with you there, Paul. And that's why I think I wouldn't go to a back three personally. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about Brentford. Now, there are some big names missing. Yohan Wissa is off at AFCON. Brian Mbeumo, another attacker. Fantastic. He looks about 35, but apparently he's only 22.
Is he?
He's young.
Serious?
He's a parent. Yeah, look, I'll show you real quick. Brian Mbeumo, he's 24. Okay, he's 24. My bad.
I'm sorry, he does not look 24.
When I
looks
seen
about
him play,
54.
he looks about 32. Because I remember I was like, when they first came up last year and I saw him, I was like, yo, this Mbeumo guy's kind of talented. I was like, he looks old, so I probably won't care. I won't look into him. And then in the summer, this last summer, someone was like, yeah, he's only like 23. And I was like, what? He looks about 35. He looks older than me.
You thought you saw him and thought,
oh,
good, an old player's made the grade. Look at him, 32, and he's made the grade at last. Fair play to him. 24 doesn't look 24 at all. It's the beard. That's what it is. It's the beard.
The LeBron hairline, maybe that.
Maybe.
Maybe it's the LeBron James hairline that's
maybe
making that. I don't know.
Maybe he wanted
LeBron James.
Sorry.
No,
I cut you off there. What did you say?
I laugh at them when you put them up, Jacob. I laugh when I'm watching this on my telly. The missus looking at me thinking, what are you laughing at now? And I'm just pointing at the screen. She went, all right, I'm going back to what I'm watching. And then I start giggling away. He just looked at himself one morning. The missus said, I want you to have a haircut. And he's gone, do you know what? I have a bit of, James LeBron. I get his hairstyle. That'll give me the success. But if you look at the last 5 games, Jacob, 1 win in the last 4 defeats in the win. Tottenham only 1 defeat out of our last 4. We've got the better sort of the last 5 Premier League games. So I think we should be quite confident coming into this. I think this is a game we should win. But the Premier League is all about taking chances. And if we don't take our chances, as we have seen this season,
Levy's not a big guy. So if he is small, thicken, you know what? He must be eating good. Well, we know he's eating good because he gave himself a pay raise when we were in the gutter. So that's kind of fun.
Bless him. Bless his heart.
But look, they're missing. My original point was to talk about, I believe Aaron Hickey, isn't he a starting wingback for them?
Yes.
He's like, so he's gone. Also Rico Henry, who's Sergio Reguilon was brought in to replace. Yeah. And apparently he's doubtful. Well, I bet.
Yeah, I heard that as well. He's doubtful. But he may
Sade's not there. So if Sade's out, Aaron Hickey, and Mbeumo, Wissa, these guys don't start for them.
No. If you go down to Reguilon and the other 2, who's the other doubtful player for Brentford?
Christian Norgard.
I have a funny feeling they may start. One of them will start and one of them will start on the bench. Personally, myself. But if it is, Ivan Toney's the one that worries me. If he's betted against them to score, we don't know. He's made betted on the Tottenham win. You don't know with Ivan Toney. But yeah, he's the one that worries me.
All I know is if anyone has his Bet365 account, just send me the link, a screenshot. I would love to copy the bets.
Yeah.
Because, when he knows.
We'll win.
What he knows is what's going to happen. That's what. Yeah. Apparently Reguilon isn't allowed to play against us, so that's good news. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, is that part of the loan deal? Well, that's clever. You won't see me and Jacob for dust if we get Ivan Toney's betting on it. We'd be multi-millionaires sitting at some Monaco casino, just having a few bets on roulette as Tottenham just win. Might even buy Tottenham ourselves, Jacob, come in as co-owners.
All right. Yeah, that's fine with me. Big up Derek Smith.
Yeah.
Says Reggie won't start against his parent club. Us Bubble Butt fans love Spurs. Shout out all the thick ones, all the ones who's got it in the back.
But you must have had a great view of that.
Wow, unbelievable from the back. Yeah.
And David's just talking about his
back.
missus there. That's what he was saying. He's talking about his missus there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. That's what he's saying.
Unbelievable from the back.
Yeah.
Unbelievable from the back.
Unbelievable, man. Would you start Hill?
Hell no.
No. I just wanted to see your reaction. Good. That answers my question. Thank you.
Hell no. What's crazier to me is Brighton are talking about loaning him out for 6 months. Bro, we better put an obligation to buy. If he starts, if he plays in 80% of your remaining matches, you have to buy him.
Yeah.
That's what I think if we're going to loan him.
I've asked, I'm waiting for a big, because tomorrow is actually deadline day eve tomorrow. I'm waiting for a big drop, but Tottenham are in, for what I'm hearing, for one more signing. It may not come off, but Tottenham are in for one more signing, I'm hearing. I heard that about half an hour ago. So don't rule out Tottenham making a surprise bid on deadline day.
You did say it maybe a week ago on this channel. I was like, shut up, Dermot. That ain't happening. You're like, no, it may. This may happen. This. I'm like, bro, we're not going in for Conor Gallagher. It's not going to happen.
That's dead in the water. Because that was all on Højbjerg leaving. If Højbjerg left, we would have gone for Gallagher. But because Højbjerg didn't leave, so there's rumour of, as somebody said in the chat, which is true, Hill might be going to Brighton. Skip may be on his way out as well. I've been told there will be outgoings, but there may be one surprise incoming. Now, it may not happen. The outgoings will, but there may be one surprise incoming. So whoever that is, I don't know, but whichever player Tottenham are talking to right now, Jacob, if he was watching you, what would you say to him to come to Tottenham?
For which player exactly? Sorry, I was uploading this pigeon dance. I had to take off the music, Daniela Zito, because I didn't want to get copyrighted. But here is, I'll play you a few seconds of your man, Richarlison. There he is. I'll put the word. There you go. That's for you, Daniela. Very nice. She's a new member. Want to give her a nice little treat for being
Can I just say she's a great supporter of my channel as well, Daniela. Always there, and she supports. She follows Leyton Orient as well, in League One. So big up to you, Daniela. I hope you're keeping well, honey.
Big up Daniela Zito. I always see her all over the.
Yeah.
So wait, what player were we talking about? Were we talking about Gallagher?
I don't know. I've been told, but I can't say. I do know. I can't, because I've agreed to. When I get this information off the person I use, I have to agree to an NDA that I can't say, which is very frustrating for me. It's like the Man City stuff. I know so much more about that than what we did release, and it's so frustrating. I can't tell you guys, but there will be outgoings. Tottenham are in for one more player coming in. Now, it's going to be a midfielder. So I don't know who it is. There's rumours it could be Kimmich or Bayern Munich, which I doubt. I think that's just paper talk. But there is one more player. So we have to wait and see. It may happen. It may not happen. It's 50-50 at the moment. But if I've been told something's happening, something is happening in the background. But Gallagher is dead. I was told that today. Gallagher is dead in the water. That will not happen this window. It might happen in the summer, though. But it definitely won't happen this window.
Fair enough. And look, we are over an hour on the show, so make sure you are hitting a like on the video if you have not already. And right now I see 120 votes in the poll, and I'm about to refresh my page. And I really hope y'all didn't disappoint me. Don't make me threaten you with me wearing a Leeds shirt, all right? Because apparently, bro, yesterday's video has over 200-something likes because everyone was pissed. I said, if y'all get the likes up, I'll take this fucking Leeds shirt off. I got gifted. The Leeds have a nice away kit this year. When they're playing the championship, we have some Leeds players. And someone gifts me a Leeds shirt, and I wore it because I thought, oh, hey, here's a pretty little shirt. I'll wear that thing on camera. And yesterday's show was completely derailed with everyone asking me to rip it off, to burn it, re-gift it, that person wasn't sending me a gift. They were sending me a troll gift. So let me see what those likes are at. Let me see where we're at. Right now it says 0, but I know it's because I haven't refreshed. 87 likes. That is about 40 something of y'all that ain't liked the video. So what are we doing here? Let's be honest. What are we really doing here? Let's see. Where are we at here? But again, back to Brentford. I like our chances. I think
Yeah, so do I.
we should go out there and get 3 points. And if we fail to get 3 points at home, if we fail to create like we did against the best team in the world in the FA Cup, if we look like that, I will be very disappointed. Because then that would say to me, it doesn't matter if they're the best team in the world or they're fucking Brentford, that we can't cope. So that would be an alarming aspect for me.
Yeah. With
Go
Villa
ahead.
losing tonight as well. Tonight's the chance to get back into the top 4 tomorrow with a win. Villa lost tonight at home to Newcastle 3-1. And we're only 3 points behind Villa in 5th place. Villa in 4th on 43. We're on 40. We've got a chance to get into top 4 tomorrow. So that should be an incentive within itself. We've got to, when teams lose, we have to be the next team. We have to win and put these teams under pressure. And I think that is why tomorrow we will win, because Ange will make them see on certain terms are we to now to not lose another game until the end of the season. He will say, right, if you're good enough, I want to go the rest of the season undefeated. It can happen. Do you know, we've got bigger games coming up. I know we do. But fully fit Tottenham, firing. We started the season well. 10 or 11 games unbeaten. Why can we not go for the rest of the season unbeaten? And with Villa losing, we've got to win tomorrow night to put pressure on them, put pressure on the top 4. We've got to. That's minimum for me now.
When I look at our schedule for the foreseeable future, and I'll go ahead and pull it up and share it here with you. We have Brentford.
Yeah.
Everton away, Brighton at home.
I'm at the Brighton game, actually.
They just got demolished by Luton Town.
Yeah.
And then Wolves, who beat us last time we played them, but we did start Eric Dyer. And then Chelsea. So I'm looking at these next 4, and I think we got to get 3 points out of every single one.
Yeah, I do. I think we can. I think Brentford's easy win. I think Everton away, they're struggling for their lives. That's going to be a tight game, but it's 3 points there. I'm going to the Brighton game, so hopefully we'll win while I'm there. Wolves, we owe Wolves from last season at home when they beat us 2-0. So we owe them a result. And then we've got Chelsea away, which, look, us playing at Chelsea is like, we never win at Chelsea, to be fair. We've got such an awful record at Stamford Bridge. We got the point there last season, but I think we can beat Chelsea at home. I don't think Chelsea are fully with it. I think they're very in and out of form. And I think fully fit Tottenham can get a result with Chelsea. It's all about winning our home games and picking your points away from home. So if you don't win, make sure you leave that stadium with a point, at least. But you win your home games. And you need to be consistent, and that's what we need to be between now and the rest of the Chelsea games postponed. Daniela said it is. Daniela's right, because Chelsea are in the League Cup, League Cup final against Liverpool. So that game will be put back probably to May. That game there, because I think that's the weekend of the League Cup final, if I'm right. So that game, but them games are winnable. I think there's 3. So what we got? 3, 6, 9. That's 12 points. I think we can get 12 out of 12. And we should.
Derek Smith says the next 5 matches, we lost 3 in the reverse fixtures. He's talking about Wolves. He's talking about Brighton. What was the other one? Oh, Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah.
He said 5 matches. I'm looking at 4 matches because Chelsea, we ain't got to worry about that. So that's why I'm only looking at these.
I think we drew against Brentford.
We did in the first match of the
season, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that Fuck that Chelsea game. I'm not trying to think about Chelsea right now.
Who we got
JC,
after that?
I see you. JC says we will be waiting, Jacob. No, I don't want to talk about Chelsea yet. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
We've got our own
Who we
things to
got on
worry
after
about.
the Chelsea game? So who we got after
Crystal
that?
Palace, Villa, Fulham. Crystal Palace, Villa, Fulham, Luton, West Ham. Things start getting tricky in April.
Yeah, they do. From Man City onwards, Newcastle.
Nah, I would say West Ham is going to cause us problems at London Stadium. We don't. I hate that place, fucking Bubbleville.
Yeah. Do you know,
I think this month is going to start off with that, and then look, it's 4 days that we have Nottingham Forest. So while they may not be the greatest,
yeah,
they're still a decent side. That rough, they were tough to beat last time. So I think this month of April, and what's crazy is right here, smack dab in the middle of the fucking chaos. My daughter's going to be born. God willing.
Oh.
So
God, yeah.
what a great planning.
Yeah.
What a great planning of
that Newcastle game's going to be, I think, the game of the month. That and Arsenal. I think Man City, we owe them. But I think Arsenal and Newcastle away for me is going to be the trickier games in that month. Because they're going to be teams around us, them three, Newcastle, Man City, Arsenal, are around the top four. And then we end off the season with Liverpool away, Burnley at home, and then plus the Chelsea game somewhere in the middle of that. So that Chelsea game could end up guaranteeing us top four or Europa League. That could be a massive game at Stamford Bridge.
I'll be honest, Dermot, I'm not real pressed.
No. You
I don't, because if we get Champions League, that don't really mean shit to me, because at the end of the day, we're not going to go out there and win that. It don't matter what business we do in the summer, we're not winning Champions League. I only like competing for things that we have a legitimate chance at winning.
Yeah, well,
now, I do see a world where we can go out, strengthen our squad, and we could actually push for Europa. And if we were in Europa League, that is a competition we legitimately have a chance to win. I would almost rather prefer that personally, just because I'm tired of going and playing in Champions League and it just being last time we were in Champions League was fucking painful. Every time we've been in Europe recently, after that Champions League final, shit ain't been the same.
Look, I went to that AC Milan game last season, and believe me, if it was painful to watch, it was painful to be there. Believe me, I left that stadium disillusioned and to the point where questioning why do I support my club when they're like this? And for a fan of 43 years, for me to question after that game, that you shouldn't have to do that. But I'm sort of I've always got the attitude of you aim high. Even if you aim high, I think Bill Nick's quote is to aim high, even if you fail low, you can hear the echoes of success or something along them lines. We've got to aim to the highest, and the highest is Champions League. Of course, the highest is winning the league. But look, if I'm being delusional, we're winning the league. If I'm being sensible, we're going to finish top three. So for me, I want to go for the Champions League. I get your point about going into the Europa League and winning that. I get you. But you still get into the Champions League anyway. So if you want to attract the best players, if you want to attract the top names to come to Tottenham, you've got to be in the best competition, which is the Champions League. I get your point, but I think we have to. I think it's the only thing. If we're not going to win a cup, then we have to aim as high as we possibly can, and that's Champions League football. The Europa League, for me, would be very, very disappointing season for me if we've got Europa League. I would think, look, it's been a good season. It's an improvement. We've gotten to Europe. But I want better than that. I want Champions League. So I'd be disappointed if we didn't get Champions League football this season.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I could see why you're saying that. Ronnie says, I've heard Solanke's a done deal. Reports suggesting that Ange Postecoglou's side would be looking to secure the player in a deal worth over $50 million. Yeah. That's what the Sun is reporting. It's on Sky Sports.
Well, I'm waiting. I've asked that question tonight, and I'm waiting for an answer now. Normally, when I don't get a response, it means that he's in the middle of looking at something. Now, if Paul O'Keefe is reporting it, I've heard today that I did report today in our channel that Tottenham were in for him. So I have already reported that. So I know there's interest there. Now,
bro, if we spend 50 million on Solanke, I'm going to be pissed. I'll be real honest. I'm not impressed by him just because he's having a... Bro couldn't cut it at a bigger club, and now he's decent at a small club.
Yeah.
And then now we're seeing him on good form. We're saying, hey, let's bring that... I hope this is not...
Look, I would... Look, if there is rumours that Tottenham would link with Kimmich as well, that's a player I want us to go for. That's the type of player I want us to bring in. I don't mind paying money on him because he's a decent player. He's going to give you, and that wherever he plays, he's going to give you credit. But this Solanke, I'm a bit like you. I'm a bit underwhelmed, if that's the word, Jacob. If this deal is done, it'd be me thinking, yeah, okay. Let's see what Ange can do with them. It's not a signing that would get my fires burning, if you know what I mean.
I would be disappointed.
Yeah. Do you think 50 mil's too much for him?
Yeah. I'll take him for 20 mil. Yeah. I'll take him on loan. I don't know that I want to invest in Dominic Solanke. Isn't he like 29 years old? I mean, we do need some vets, but like he's 26, so he's not as old as I thought. He's a little younger. It don't make me feel good. I'll tell you that. It's not one that I'm like, woohoo. This is one that's kind of like Timo Werner, not because it's like with Timo Werner, but the same feeling inside. Like, oh, really? Okay.
I went when the Werner deal came in. My reaction was, oh, okay. What else am I doing? It didn't grab me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was like, clearly, I got to do a show about this now.
Yeah. Do you know?
I mean, let's look at his numbers. 20 matches started, 20 matches played, 12 goals. He's banging goals, 1 assist.
Yeah.
But he's, to me...
He's more of a midfielder, isn't he? Jazz Future saying he's a mid, and I think he is. He's more of an attacking midfielder. What's his ratings been? 7.5, 9.3. I would like to compare that to a Tottenham player of his position. See,
so you'd have to compare him with Richarlison.
Well, Richarlison's been on good form recently as well. Look, I'm a bit like Chat Sport saying about Morgan Gibbs. I love him at Tottenham. I watched Morgan Gibbs tonight, and again, he was outstanding for Nottingham Forest. Absolutely outstanding.
So why? I was watching him too, and Morgan Gibbs White looks so good, and I'm wondering why the fuck did we buy Brennan Johnson and not Morgan Gibbs White?
I don't know why. I actually do not know why.
Bro, he dribbled through 5 different Arsenal players
I
at the
watched
end
that
to try
tonight.
and equalize.
Yeah.
I was watching him do that, and I said, we have no one on our team who does that.
No.
Zero players on our team who dribbles in between 5 players like that.
Maybe something we're going to do in the summer. We don't know what a summer thing. I do feel, though, this is a signing that would leave me a little bit. Do you know what? It's been a good window. It's been a great window, in my opinion, and this just bring it down a notch or 2. I would have given it an 8.5. This signing will bring it down to an 8 for me.
You're giving this window an 8.5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would. Yeah, for getting like the likes of Eric Dyer out.
Are you sure about that, Dermot?
Look,
this window, Timo Werner on loan.
No, I'm more talking about the players out, the Deadwood out. So you've got Eric Dyer out, which hasn't been done before. Maybe an 8 then. I'm looking at the business. We have done good, but you look at the summer business and the winter business. So if I'm rarely rating both windows as one in one transfer a year, I think I'll give it an 8.5. If I was putting the summer and the winter window together as one transfer window, I'd give it an 8.5 because we've got players out that we didn't think we could get out, that other managers haven't got out. Eric Dyer, we've been trying to move on. we got him out this window. You know, the whole. Look,
I think
that's
getting
my
players out is one thing. So I agree with you. That is good. And that's why I've been like not as angry, but that's something that's eventually going to happen when you have a player. And I more get Eric Dyer getting out. I attribute that to Ainge, not to our transfer strategy. That's because Ainge fucking locked him out of the room and said, "You're not allowed in here." And then he said, "Okay, I want to go play." And guess what? He went to fucking Bayern Munich, who also are looking at Steven Bergwijn, funny enough. But my point is, Dermot, I think an 8.5 or an 8 for this January is crazy. That's kind of crazy.
I look. If I'm rating both windows, Jacob, not just the window. I'm rating both windows together. The summer
they're
window,
separate windows. We have to judge them separately, I think, because the market's different in January as opposed to the market in the summer. You're going to be spending a lot on a player in January because one, you're taking a player away from a whatever the goals are that they're trying to build there, and then two, they know that you need that player to get the goals you're trying to get. So to me, 8.5, that's crazy.
Well, look, that's just my opinion. And look,
no, you're good to have it. I
understand you saying
I don't
that.
think the outgoing. I just don't think the outgoings were because of our transfer activity. I think the outgoings were because Ainge said, "I don't want him or need him, therefore bye bye." And then it's up to the player, their agent, and the club to find
between 8 and 8.5. So I did start with 8. So I will give it an 8 out of 10.
David Shear's here to remind me of the mud that is on my face for my comments, my praise of Morgan Gibbs White. It is one of those, sir. I am sorry. I am unfamiliar with your game. I guess I don't watch enough Nottingham Forest. But big up David Shear for the super chat. Says Jacob, I remember I asked your opinions on Gibbs White and you said nah. I do remember I was just like, nah. Morgan Gibbs White, nah. But literally since then, I think every time I've seen Nottingham Forest, he looks like a hell of a player. And I'm just like, damn, it'd be nice to have someone who could dribble like that. But you're right, David Shear. Cue the Shaquille O'Neal meme, sir. I was unfamiliar with your game. I apologize, Morgan Gibbs White. David Shear, I apologize if you've been on the Gibbs. But again, Gibbs White doesn't necessarily, if we signed him on deadline day, I don't think that necessarily like instills some kind of newfound hope in me. A few people here, since we got a few people here doing it, why not just let y'all get your, what do you grade the January transfer window in the chat? Let me know. I see some already coming in. So there's only 1.5 points to gain by selling Tanguy, etc., and buying Mbappe and Jude Bellingham. Callum Roche, not grading at 8.5, I think, as well. Let's see. Level Earth says 8.5. Dragusin hasn't even played. It's too early to rate it, especially that high. I think whatever Dragusin brings us will be better than Eric Dyer. So there is an upgrade there. Timo Werner's a warm body until Son comes back. So that is a necessity. But both of those things to me, I'm somewhere around there with Chat Sport 3.5. I'll give it a 4.5 because of the outgoings. Because we have gotten rid of some losers, but a lot of losers are still coming back. They're still going to return. So we're not completely out of the woodwork there. Just Eric Dyer. But 3.5 for Chat Sport. 4.0 for Jazz Fusion. So we're right in there, close to each other. Internet guy says 6.9, but I think he's just being cheeky. Joe Leone giving us his opinion says he thinks it's been a 2. I could understand why someone would say a 2. I think a 3.5 is fair. A 7 from Alan Bennett. Shawnee boy, 3.85 out of 10. I don't know how he got to the tenths and the hundredths of the decimal there.
Fair play to you, Shawnee. Fair play to you, Shawnee boy.
Just that's under a 7. Yeah,
that's how
it's just
you do
under
it.
a 7,
That's
but
how
over
you
a
do
6.5.
Yeah,
kind of like it.
Sean's in finance, so Sean knows how to do the decimal points and where to put the numbers in. They big up Shawnee.
You know, yeah, maybe I need to up mine because maybe Sean's just out here propaganda for Levy. I guess we'll never know.
Paul, Shawnee and Levy, they're best mates. You leave them alone there. You take your Sean.
Just send me a photo of the meals y'all eat. That's all I want to know.
You take your
Carl
Shawnee.
Simpson says 7 out of 10. So
you take
that's
your
pretty
Shawnee
up
out
there.
of your mouth.
That's a pretty good rating there from Carl Simpson. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
7.5 from Rick. Colin says 8. I mean, maybe it's not that crazy then, Dermot. Maybe I apologize if I was disrespecting you. I apologize. I need to put some respect on you because you're not alone in your 8s. There's a lot of people with the 8s already.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Exactly.
All right, Dermot.
Exactly.
All right.
Like
Daniela Zito's got a 5 out of 10. I could get down with a 5. I said a 4, 4.5, but I could go up to a 5 if I'm in a good mood. But if we got to do more, we got to get some more. Maybe I'm being greedy, but we got to get some more. David Shear says 6 out of 10. Scott M with a 3 out of 10.
Big up, Scott. I haven't seen you for a while.
Big up Scott M every single time.
Seen him before.
Sean says it's a minimum 5 because of Lloris and Dyer. Bye. I'll give that 2 points. So that's 2 for that. And then Dragusin makes it a 3. Werner, I guess, will make it a 0.5. So I guess I'm now at a 4. Mine is a 4 because you get 1 point for Hugo gone. You get 1 point for Eric Dyer gone. 1 for bringing Dragusin in and half a point for Timo Werner.
You're a hard man to please, Jacob.
I think a 4 is good. 4 or 5. I hear 4 or 5. I think that's 4. Internet guy says at least a 6 because Dragusin and because we dunked on Bayern.
Yeah.
JC is a Chelsea fan, so he's definitely trying to sell us Gallagher here. He said Gallagher will make it an 8.5.
Gallagher
Level
is
Earth's
staying
got
there.
a 4. Yeah, Gallagher's staying there. You can keep him.
Yeah.
What do we want? A prettier version of Oliver Skip? I don't care. Sidansa says 5. Level 4. I think level Earth, we are level. If Timo hits the goals, I'll say 4.5. Big up Chat Sport. He's already got an assist. But that's about it. Who else got 10 out of 10 for getting rid of Dyer, says David Shear. 6.86. He's going with Spurs talk. That's very nice. 5 out of 10 in tribute to the great Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, says Philly. Very interesting there. Adam Phillips says 6.39. 6.39.
It's like a diving
Outgoings is
competition.
10 out of 10. See, some of us are just relieved to get that fucking guy.
Dyer gone. Derek Smith, I have to say, he said there in the chat up there, where is he? Where is Mr. Derek? Where is Derek? Derek says, we all know January's difficult market. I'm with Dermot. We all clamoured for an extra centre-back, and Ange wanted another forward. Ange got what he wanted. That's why I'm giving it an 8.5, because he got what he wanted. We've got rid of the Deadwood. We've got an extra centre-back, and we've got a forward.
He didn't want Werner. He said that Werner was presented to him, and he said, sure. That's like when my wife's like, do you want broccoli, quinoa, and chicken for dinner? No,
Yeah,
but I guess I'll
you-
eat it if you put it in my face because I'm
This is
hungry.
January. This is January. You cannot buy a top goal scorer in January. You know that. So if you want somebody
Spurs talk
to
shows
keep-
out here saying he's agreeing we can't give 1 point per transfer. It's January.
It is.
Madness. Maybe I'm mad.
Maybe I'm talking
I'm-
sense. Shawnee, am I talking sense for once? This would be breaking news. Dermatron talks sense.
Breaking news. Let's see what other scores I saw some more scores. I skipped ahead because I saw Shawnee was calling me out for my grading system. All right, 1.5 for incomings then. So 1.5 for Dragoose.
You ain't letting this go.
I could do this all day. Ronnie's got a 5 out of 10. Ronnie's got a 5 out of 10. Enigma. Good to see Enigma back in the house. Says this window has to be a 6 out of 10. 1 solid signing and 3 players out. Oh, Perisic is gone. But that actually is not good because I felt like he could have done. I mean, bro, he took fucking Van Dijk's ankles last year, so he could have done something. Tobago says a 2. Timmy says 6.5 out of 10. Another senior player in the next 2 days, make it an 8.5. Wow. Bob Down Under's got an 8 out of 10. 385,000 off the books a week. Wow. Was that true? Oh,
Yeah, it
Perisic
is.
was on 200. That's right.
Yeah, it was.
Or 180. And then Hugo was on like 110 and Eric was on 85. That is a lot.
Saved yourselves a few quid.
Werner should be negative points. Hey, but if he gets, what if he gets a brace versus Brentford? We haven't even done our score predictions yet, so we still got to do that, y'all. Ben Rama's up for 15.
Yeah.
Is that the dude that was at West Ham that scored the game winner against us?
Yeah, I
that
think
fucking
so, yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Or no, we were up 3-0, and then they got 3 goals in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And Sean says Dermatron's bang on apart from Solanke being a midfielder. He's a striker.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I was
look,
like, you'd have to compare him with Richarlison.
Yeah. I was like, back in the day, Sean will remember Jimmy Tarbuck as Jimmy Tarbuck. He was a comedian back in the day, and he was also on the FA Cup final shows that Liverpool were there because he was Liverpudlian. I called him Jimmy Tarmac the other day. So I have a sort of thing of calling people the wrong names or getting things mixed up. It's late. It's now 20 past midnight here in the UK.
Oh, wow.
I'm forgiven.
You are allowed those. You're allowed.
I'm allowed those, yeah. But I like that. 8 out of 12 for me. She's gone for 12.
She's going with the new system, doing whatever the fuck she wants. And Ren, I like this. Do what you feel. She says it feels thick. Not gonna lie. Hey, if you like Vicario, if you like me, you know, sometimes you like. Wow,
you must have had a great view of that.
Wow, unbelievable from the back. Yeah.
Unbelievable from the back, indeed.
About his misses again. Now, I'd love to know what shirt she wears. Is that Brazilian top she's wearing?
That's our goalkeeper's kit this year.
Oh, is it? Oh, right.
Yeah, she plays goalkeeper out there in Australia.
Really?
Yeah, she's part of the goalkeepers union. I see. This is why I tell the viewers there's 140 across all 3 platforms, and I tell you, if you're new and you want me to know who you are, where you're from, and these things, be like Ren. Be here, talk to me, and then I'll find out. And I keep these locked in, like Giuseppe Alberto. I saw him way earlier in the show. Said, Jacob, you have good memory, which is funny. My wife would disagree with you, but I agree. The thing is, I remember people. I remember faces, and I remember things about. I'm a people person. I remember things about people's faces. I remember things about their lives. And when you're here frequently, it's, hey, out of sight, out of mind, but I do have a good memory. So big up Ren, part of the goalkeepers union.
Yeah.
And ball being counters using the lettering grading system, which is kind of interesting. C+ or B-.
Sounds like my exam papers.
Kuva says, I'll rate this transfer window 1 dog walk out of a Sylvester McCoy armchair thus far. I don't even know what that means. I feel like I just read words and that didn't.
Yeah. Basically, he's saying, I'm not going to rate it. Yeah, he's a tough man to please, old Kuva. He's a tough man.
That's not true. I think Kuva's he's one of those pistachios where you're like, oh, that might be a trouble cracking, but you could get to the nutty buddy.
Kuva's a pussy cat. Kuva is a big pussy cat. That's what he is.
I think he's like a Build-A-Bear teddy bear, you know.
What you mean, like one of those what do you call them bears? Care Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what Care Bear Kuva would be, but it's a Care Bear. There you go. Kuva the Care Bear.
I like it.
I like Kuva. I've got good time for Kuva. Kuva was there for me when I needed somebody, and Kuva was the one.
Look, even Joe Leone wants to see Sean join the show.
Yeah, Sean. I've been on the stream with Shawnee for a long time.
Well, I did actually talk to Sean before the show. I didn't for disclosure for everybody that does care. I know Joe Leone's trying to take the piss, but I did invite Sean on. But before the show, he mentioned that he's not feeling too well. So, dubs in the chat for Sean. Hope you feel better soon, buddy.
I hope you feel better, Shawnee.
Spurs Squad says 10 out of 10 for the show. Hey, there we go. I'm very much like that. 10 out of 10 for us. Cormac says, so by your metrics, we would have to sell 3 more and buy 3 more in this window to get close to a 10.
I didn't do well at school.
He's talking about me. He's talking about me.
Yeah. But I didn't do well at school either. So metrics, I don't know nothing about metrics. So can we keep it?
He's saying based on my scoring system, basically.
Your scoring
by me
system.
saying 1 point for Jagusin, half a point for Ferner, and a point apiece for. So we would need like 5 incoming, 5 outgoing in order. Yeah. So maybe you're right, Cormac McAnus.
I think
maybe you're right. I need maybe, you know, if Sean and Cormac are saying my metric system's off, maybe I need to double the point system because you're right. So let's say 2 points for Jagusin. There we go. We're at 2. And 1 point for Werner because he was at a half. So that we're now at 3.
Let me get a pen and paper for this. Hang on. Let me need to write
and then
down.
1 for Hugo. 1. So we're at a 5. All right. I'm up to a 5 on the window.
Okay. 5. Okay.
Yeah. I'm up to
I think we should do what Eurovision does to song contests, go around to each Spurs community and get the marks out of 10. And then we just have it as a point system. So Jacob and you and me and Sean, and we'll see who wins. They've got it spot on. Eurovision got it spot on.
Spurs Talk Show says, Jolyon Hunt, at least I didn't lose my restaurant. Jolyon is a wannabe model. What do you know about Jolyon that I don't know, Spurs Talk Show?
Come on.
Kuva's the Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's such a shitty movie, but it's like one of those great shitty movies.
I watched it thinking, oh, this ain't very good. And it just got funnier and funnier and funnier as it went on. It was like, this is great. What do you mean? Shawnee,
shout out R.I.P. R.I.P. What's that guy's name? Fuck.
Oh,
that was literally his last movie he did before he died.
Oh, what's his name? I know who you mean. I'll find out now. Give me a minute. I'll look.
I every time I want to say his name, I always want to say Joe Pesci, but I know it's not Joe Pesci. But and it's Ray Liotta. There it is. I remembered now. I didn't even see a comment. Did someone comment it? Jacob usually produces a happy show. Is it not happy? Was I mean with my my grading system? Levy does minimum, so gets minimum 4 out of 10. Says Jamie Git. I'm going with a 5. I think I'm up to a 5.
Yeah, he was. He starred in some good films, you know. Yeah,
Scott M says we added 0 starters. Yeah, Ray Liotta's a goat. We added 0 starters and failed to address our needs. Not sure how this is a good window. Well, by my metrics, it wasn't. Only 1 point out for Dyer. All right, I'll give 2 points out for Dyer.
Here we
How
go.
about that?
Here we go.
Yeah. I can't understand the scoring system. Bro, I don't even understand my own scoring system.
We're going to do Eurovision. You know what I mean. We're going to go to the Eurovision Song Contest. We're going to go around all the Spurs communities, and Shate's going to say, what is your score for the transfer window? And we'll have a competition.
I don't know what I'm honestly really happy for this this random Sean Jolyon beef, because there's something to this. I want to know what's going on here.
There is, like, we could turn into Big Brother.
Footy Judge Mo says, how long are you staying? Do you want the redirect? Oh yeah, we'll take a redirect, my friend. Why not?
Yeah,
we'll probably go for another. We still have to do predictions and shit, so we'll probably still get going. Big up Yanis Rubles says niblets for Chewy. Big up Yanis Rubles for the super chat. I will get him the finest chiblets that I can get him. Big up Yanis.
How is Chewy, Jacob?
Oh, he's good. He's sleeping. He's still deaf as a fucking doorknob, but he's good. He's chilling. Yeah,
he's fair enough. Text me, Jacob. He says. In big letters.
Hey, that's Footy Judge Mo. When Footy Judge Mo texts, you wanna answer the call.
You and me have got to do some EA Sports, sir. You and me have to do some EA Sports.
Are you on PS4?
I'm on Xbox One S.
Is that the new gen or the old gen?
Yeah, the new gen.
Yeah,
I got a
PS4.
Play together. I got a PS4 though, so I'll set my PS4 up and I'll download it and I'll let you know.
Do the PS4, because then we can play.
Yeah.
Because new gen and PC are together, and then PS4 and old gen Xbox are together.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. I'll do that in the next couple of days. What do you think of EA Sports? Are you happy with it? Not happy with it?
It's broken. It is broken.
It is. Should never have changed it.
Kuva says Cocaine Bears.
Too expensive. I'm more Lemsip. Don't worry, Kuva. I may have a buyer for you, so text me. I've got something sorted for you. That's on the Lemsips, by the way, not on the other stuff. Though we did get this is no word of a lie. I think back in the summer, we had
Oh, that's funny.
He's going to apologise in a minute after the stream. He'll put out a statement. Due to a mix-up in the stream, I apologise for getting the scores wrong. A load of special powder washed up onto the beaches here in Wexford, and because we're the county of strawberries, everyone was eating special strawberries, making them
special
go a bit
strawberries.
funny.
Maybe that's what that Beatles song was about. Strawberry Fields Forever. I don't know.
A bit of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds as well. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Good night to Sean. I did send him the link, and he said I'm off to bed. So big up Sean with Spurs Talk Show.
I hope you're feeling better.
Member for 1 month says thanks to David Shear for this membership. Come on, you Spurs, big up. Look at Shamu remembering a month after the fact that David Shear did gift him that. Should I, Dermot? So Joe Leone's been on your ass all evening.
Yeah.
Sean said, type his name into Google and you will see him begging for photographers to help him as he is a failed model.
Ooh, is he rare?
And I'm like, should I do that live on air? Or is that stooping to a level that's kind of stooping, right? But I want to leave it to you. He's been on your neck all evening.
It's your channel. You do what you want. I have your back, brother. That's all I'm going to say. I have your back.
Well, Derek, what I would say to this, I'm not saying we need to go spend 200 million, 300 million. I just need to see something a little bit more. And I think originally I was a little harsh with my 1-point system because someone said by those metrics, we would need fucking 5 incoming, 5 outgoing. And I don't think that's possible during a January window.
Yeah. Look, what are you laughing at? So I was just sending Shawnee a get well message.
Yeah, big up Sean.
Yeah. Look, it must have been.
Go ahead.
Look, I get where Derek's coming from. We've got a lot of don't. Do that.
Mark, I played football for about 20 years of my life. I ain't played in the last 6 years or so, but
I've played football. I went up to trials for Norman City County youth team. I had trials up there when I was 16. So I did play it near enough. Ren seems happy with it.
Big up Ren. She already said her standards are low, so
yeah.
Big up Ren. Hey, all the single ladies, single men in the chat, if this could be a place for y'all to convene and find love, then that shit means something to me, man.
There's a wedding we can go to.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
There we go. Got a wedding to go to, Jacob. Think of that. The first marriage from the United Spurs of America.
I am I am legally allowed in the state of Texas to marry people. So
hang on. So me and the missus want to get married. So if I fly over to Texas, will you marry us?
I can. I can be the guy. Do you, Dermatroneski, take Mrs. Dermatroneski?
Yeah, there you go. I'll say that to the missus in the morning when she gets up. Say, I got a fella in Texas who will marry us. Be like a proper Dallas wedding. Do you know?
I'll do it for free. How about that?
Stetson, cowboy boots, a big buckle. I went to Memphis, went to Nashville once when I was 18. I actually loved it over there. Got myself
fantastic.
I got a proper pair of cowboy boots over there and the Stetson hat as well. Walked into a nightclub when I was 19 with it on, like the full Stetson cowboy boots. I got so many numbers that night. It was like, are you from America? Yeah.
I love me some Tennessee's. That's a great place. It makes me think of Colin.
Yeah. I do love.
Hang
Texas.
on one second. I'm typing a message. Go ahead and tell me your story.
I love Texas. I love sort of that part of America. I love like the Texas, Dallas, that sort of Memphis area. I don't know why, but I just love that sort of America. You know, I've always liked there. I've always
Did
found
Dermot just propose to Jacob?
No,
he proposed to his missus, and I can legally marry them. Pick up Red. It still plays for. Hey, she's still in the goalkeepers union. Big up Red.
Wow, state level. Wow.
Yeah.
Fair play to her.
Oh, very nice. Look, got a few things there I do want to share with everybody, and then we'll finish off the show with a little preview. But before we do that, Joe Leone, I thought about it. You know, Derek Smith, shout out my Plymouth Argyle compadre. He said, don't do it. And you know what? I think that's giving you more attention than you deserve.
We're bigger than him.
This is not a let's look at a an aspiring model. See, I didn't even say failed. I'm saying aspiring because I still believe you can do whatever you set your heart to, Joe Leone. So rather than putting in an aspiring model out there, I'm going to talk about the news that I have to talk about. It's about this guy touching my man's son. First of all, hands off, motherfucker.
Yeah,
and so someone tweeted was like, this guy thinks he's the main character. So he also did it to Ronaldo. He's done it to Messi.
I'm surprised he was still standing with Messi. I can understand him standing with Ronaldo. Now there's a model. Ronaldo is a model. There's a model.
I would say son's a model.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you touch our Sonny? Leave your Sonny out of your goddamn mouth.
Well, he was getting a handful of Sonny, which honestly kind of jealous. Well, actually, let's not talk about that yet. Maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. That was a long quote about Ainge, but here's the video of it. He said, "Hey, what's that? You're a bitch," and then he grabs him by the hair. I don't like it. I thought this was kind of funny too. Bayern Munich have an eye on Bergwijn, and this person tweeted, "What does Harry Kane have against Bayern?"
Everything by the looks of it. Did you hear Lotus Matthäus come out against Bayern? How they're buying this summer, and like buying Eric Dyer and going after Trippier, and he's absolutely tore the feather apart. 24 hours later, Bayern sack the sporting director of Bayern Munich. He's been there for years. So, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't. It just makes me laugh. Bayern Munich not going to win anything this season. I don't think they won't win the league, and they ain't going to win the Champions League either by any shape or form.
I don't think so either.
Really?
When they talked to us about standards, but apparently Dyer, Bergwijn, and they tried to get Trippier, and they couldn't even get Trippier, and he's been asked this year. I think some say he ain't been the same since Sonny took his ankles when we played Newcastle. But hey, who's to say? I've just added THFC Till I Die in the description of this video, so you can go and find his channel. Very easy to find. And I'm also adding here Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke. Just because we did talk, I'm changing it a little bit. There is something I do want to talk about that is in the title of this video that we didn't really get the chance to talk about. There's been a lot of Tottenham Hotspur fans, Dermot, that have been saying they want Son to lose, that they were glad when Sarr was upset and he got knocked out of the competition because they want them to come back for Tottenham Hotspur. And they say, I only care if it's Tottenham or England. Where do you stand with the whole Sonny advance? I am saying congratulations. I hope he wins the whole fucking thing. Because I don't think he's going to win a trophy with us this year. So best that he continue to chase wherever he can win a trophy for the remainder of the time that he's in the Asia game. So for me, I've always, I guess, if you have to take a side of, do you want to support the player playing for his country and living out a dream, or do you rather have that player at all costs at your club performing for you? Where do you stand with it?
Look, if he's away with South Korea, let him win the trophy with South Korea. I've got no problem with them going to win anything at international level. It's not his fault that the Asian Cup is every couple of years or every 4 years going through our Premier League season. I was upset for Papa Sarr when he got that. And my heart broke for him. I just wanted to give that man a big hug and tell him, look, everything's be okay. You're coming back to your family now. But we're sorry you haven't gone further in your competition. No, Derek Smith says, no fan has a right to demand players back. When they're there, they have every right to do well. And I hope Sonny wins the Asia Cup. I hope he comes back a champion. I hope Bissouma, who's still in the African Nation Cup, I hope he comes back a champion. We should be glad that we will have winners in our team. Okay, guys, we've won something. This is what it's like to win, and motivate the rest of the squad to go on and win something with Tottenham. That's what you need. You need winners in your team. You need winners in your group to motivate you, to get you to that next level. So fair play to them. So
the last thing I do want to talk about in regards to the Sonny thing, I thought this was an interesting tweet to bring up. says, noticing that some of the same accounts that were consistently jumping on Son last season, saying he was finished and that he was done and that he needs to be sold in the summer, are now the same ones whining that they want him back. And it's not just Twitter accounts, it's YouTubers as well. Again, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus here for a shitty take, but they maybe should apologize to the club captain. But again, I notice these things. When people write somebody off and then now it's like, oh, well, we can't operate without him and we need him and he's so vital to us. And now you have to return, bro. Keep the same fucking energy is what I say. And then also, if you support Son, you support him as a person and as a captain of this club, as our talisman at this moment. Why would you not support him in his endeavors with his national team, whom he fucking captains? So for me,
I think it's way with it. It is weird, and look, he wasn't great last season, nor was the rest of the squad last season. Let's be honest, we weren't brilliant. We were absolutely dreadful. So he wasn't the only one. So yeah, we all criticised Sonny last season. We all got frustrated, but he is a brilliant player. He is our captain. He's our leader. He's a man that we will follow as Tottenham fans. And look, if he's gone away with South Korea, good luck to him. Hope he wins the Asian Cup. Let's come back a winner. And I think fans should get behind our players, and instead of criticizing them and basically stabbing them in the back, we should get behind them.
Did you know Timo Werner plays the cello?
I didn't, but I do now.
Nah, I didn't either.
No.
That's kind of nice. My wife would love him. Apparently he plays.
I think he's going to do well at Tottenham. He will do well at Tottenham, Werner. I think he will. I think you give him now, he will do well at Spurs. I think he's an Ange type of player. So he will do well. And look, word on to Sonny, they've won their round of 16 into the quarterfinals. Good luck to him. Absolutely. Fair play to you, Sonny. We can't wait to have you back, though, but fair play to you. And this,
I saw this tweet. I'm going to hide their name real quick because I don't want to promote them. But they did say, this is a weird tweet for me. It says, all Spurs fans heading to the game tomorrow, it's time to take a stand. Refuse to celebrate any Spurs goal and refuse to celebrate any going forward until Daniel Levy leaves. Make Levy know he can't get away with this any longer. The mistreatment of our club cannot continue. Dermot, when I read that, what are your immediate thoughts? Are you going to stop cheering for your club just because you don't like who owns it?
No. I have never, no offense to the person who's read it, I have never read so much bullshit in all my life. That's just bullshit. That is just, who's ever written that either has lost a few marbles or he's not right in the head. Because you go to a game, I'm going to Brighton on the 10th of February. So after me spending my money of getting my flight, getting my ticket, so you expect me to go and sit there and not celebrate and not say nothing, just sit there like a statue. You got to be hell wrong. Of course I'm going to celebrate. Of course I'm going to sing. Of course I'm going to shout and encourage my team to win and enjoy my day out. I don't get to Tottenham very often as much as I used to. I try to get to 2 or 3 games a season, but because of finances and
missed out on the light show.
I missed out on the light show. That is just the main thing. That's the top of the thing. But I'm sorry.
My God.
I'm sorry. I've never heard so much cobblers in all my life. Is he a Tottenham fan or is he just a pretend one?
He's a season ticket holder. He's a season ticket holder.
So he goes and sits in the ground and does nothing.
Technically, he every year pays Daniel Levy a salary. He has Daniel Levy on his salary and he pays him yearly. Every year, boom, season ticket. There you go, Daniel.
He's telling other fans not to do something, but he's an idiot that pays Daniel Levy every year to go and watch Tottenham, and he doesn't want them there. But don't worry, Daniel, I pay you whatever it is for a season ticket.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. That's weird. Yeah, We support our club, whatever. Daniel Levy is not Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. The fans are Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, he's
Football
Enoch
Club.
Group. And we can have a problem with Enoch Group, and
we should realise that the club
loved.
is big up to Thanos. You didn't do universe very well, did you? What happened to your special glove? Didn't work.
Big up AK.
Tottenham Hotspur are the fans, not Daniel Levy, and you cannot miss on the light show. That light, I was there for the Champions League. That light show was spectacular. So there you go. God. I don't know.
Ren says Joe Leone was 34 in 2010.
Was he really? We're learning a lot about Joe Leone now at the moment.
Learning a lot about Joe Leone. Big up Becky says, yes, Jakub. Long time no speak. I hope you're good. I am doing good. I'm too blessed to be stressed as always. Well, I can't be too bothered. Let me see. Let me make sure. I am redirecting to Colin, but I'm staying longer a little bit because Footy Judge Mo was wrapping up and he's going to send folks my way. So then that way I could send even more folks to Colin. I'm trying to help Colin get his channel to 1,000. So he is less than 100 on the way to 1,000. That's Colin with Talking Ball, and he is a little thick boy too. So don't worry, you can find him over at Talking Ball. I already got the redirect set up, so he's going live as soon as this show ends. So the predictions and all the fun doesn't have to stop.
I must admit, there's 26,000 have looked at it, 38 retweets, 28. I'd love to know the comments, what people have said. Because don't tell me everything.
Well, let's look. Let's look. Dermot, shall we?
Yeah.
Alex here is laughing.
He's falling over so much he misses looking at
Ian Keneally says, I've considered your demand on how I should support my team, and after reflection, my answer is fuck off.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he responded to him and said, then you're not a real fan.
Oh, dear.
And you're a whopper who wanks the stepmother porn. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Somebody stands with
Richard.
him.
Yeah, says, I stand with you. I'll be sat at home having not bought a ticket, though, not bought a program, not bought a couple beers, and not bought food. I will only offer polite applause every time Spurs score. And he's agreeing with him.
Is it agreed with him? Yeah.
And then I was going to say, is he either like taking the piss out of him? And he is. He says, if you're going to the game, then Levy has already got you. For fuck's sake, Jim, put a bit of thought into your protest.
Oh, dear. I got to go.
He says, I go, but have never paid for a ticket. I thought he was, yeah, okay. So he says, yes, I'm a season ticket. I have a season ticket and I won't be celebrating. This guy's lying. He says he doesn't pay for a season ticket. It's a company one. This guy's lying.
He is. You're just a freeloader then. I like that.
And yet, we're one of the few clubs who can buy players this month because of Levy. Julie says, Jim, you like to boss everyone around on the internet. Why don't you go to the game tomorrow and boss everyone around there at the stadium? I like that.
I do. Fair play to her.
I assume you're going then. Yes, I have a season ticket. Wow.
And I won't be celebrating. Please just let me know how that gets on.
Yeah. Mixed messages. I haven't seen one person being like, great idea, bud. I'll be there.
I haven't. I've heard some daft ones, but that's the daftest I've ever heard. Hang on.
This guy said, buy my ticket and I'll stay at home. How about that?
Hang on. Jacob, do you want to go to the game tomorrow? Yeah, let's go, Dermatron. What we're going to do, we won't celebrate. Fuck off, Dermatron. That's the best
refuse to celebrate any Spurs goal. Why don't you just stay at home?
Yeah.
I've always said this about the people who are like, oh, I have a ticket and I only go because I've had a ticket and I don't want to lose my ticket. I always said, okay, well, retain your ticket, but don't resell it. Because when Daniel Levy takes a step off of his perch and looks down and he sees all those seats filled, that says you're doing something right. So if you really feel strong enough that you don't want him to think they're doing something right, I would say an empty seat speaks louder than you turning your back on the field when Tottenham score. Because I guarantee he's not going to be like, oh, look at that one fucker who turned his back. Look at those 10, 15, 100, 200 people who turn their back. He ain't going to give a fuck because at the end of the day, when you're thirsty, who you paying for a drink? Him.
Yeah. Can I just say, who's news, but just stick him in the Brentford end. I love it.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Big up Chang.
Oh, the big up Chang.
Big up Chang.
Chang.
That's my man Chang. He's over there at Talking Ball from time to time, and he's over here from time to time. Big up Chang, grabbing that membership in the Lover's Lane. Thought you were already a member, but I guess just re-upping on the membership. So good to see. Appreciate that.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love it.
No, don't. You won't have to worry about that. The Rude Boy sound. That is one association that will never happen. I'll put it that way. So the Rude Boy sound. Don't you worry.
Have you really?
Like I always say on this channel, Dermot, I say to everybody, I only promote people who are good people. If you're not a good person, I don't fuck with you.
No, I know that.
So that's me.
Well, you having them here, you must think I'm a good person. So thank you. I love coming on here because I love your vibes.
Yeah, man. I think you're a good person. You know, I think you're one of those people who supports people. You've always supported me and my channel, my endeavors. So how can I not do the same for those who support? But if you're an asshole piece of shit who's only a snake and looking out for yourself, then for me, it's see you later, alligator.
You should have a Wexford Spurs behind you instead of Limerick Spurs, though, to be fair.
Well, you got to send me one. This is sent. I didn't buy this. This was sent to me by Patty Hartnett.
Well, we will get you a Kildare one as well. I'll get on to Ollie tomorrow.
I will rep it. I got Limerick, Johnstown, Colorado Spurs, and then of course my El Paso Spurs.
Texas Spurs.
Hey, big up Chang. El Paso Spurs, yes sir. Big up Chang, gifting 5 memberships.
Wow.
Welcome. JC, Becky, AK, Dave Tyson, Joseph O'Hanlon. Welcome to the family. Big ups to you for being here. And thank you for that. Thank you for gifting those memberships. Chang Dubs in the chat for Chang. Here's something for you, Chang. Bow. Come on, give me something. There we go. Confetti. Yeah. Very nice.
Where's my confetti? No, it ain't working for me. Damn.
Are you on an apple?
No, I'm not. No.
Well, that might be why.
I had an orange for dinner.
No, are you on an Apple computer, Dermot?
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Sorry, Jacob. No. I tell you what, like Jolien is making himself really friendly towards the chat. I have to say, he's coming here tonight, and it's like he's the hottest ticket in town.
Hey, he clearly needed the attention, and I'm glad that he could get it here at United Sports of
I think he needs to go and see somebody special, though, tomorrow, though, just for half an hour.
Someone give Joe Leone your ticket.
Yeah.
Let him go turn his back on Spurs every time we lose.
Let him go in with Jim. Maybe him and Jim can go together and hold hands and just turn their back to the crowd. There you go.
Yeah, y'all can have a good time.
Yeah, there you go. What a muppet.
But again, I would say if you're a season ticket holder, empty seat speaks louder than your arms crossed when we score.
Yeah.
So just word to the wise. Big up Chat Sport says, with Klopp leaving, will Ainge be on the radar for Liverpool?
No.
I've been hearing a lot of musings of that. I've been hearing a lot of, could he potentially, he's a lifelong Liverpool fan. For me, I don't think there's a few things in the way of this happening, in my opinion. There's a few reasons why this is, there's a clear, like, why it won't happen, in my opinion, is because, one, he just got here and he doesn't typically leave. Like, he had offers from Brighton to go to Brighton.
Yeah, and he turned them down.
And he said, I'm not done with what I started with Celtic.
Yeah.
So, to me, he is a guy. To me, he is a guy that doesn't leave prematurely until he's done something that he's really set himself out to do. So, I don't see. Where is that? I don't see him leaving. No, I just don't see him leaving. And if he did, there's still 3. Even if he wanted to go, there's still 3 years left in his contract. I would imagine we would do something like 150 mil, and you can have him.
Yeah. Look, he ain't going because I know for a fact that Tottenham are now looking to improve his contract.
I hope
to
so.
make it.
I mean, notice what we did with Destiny. As soon as he showed that he's the best left back in the Prim, all of a sudden we re-sign him. I say Happy Destiny Udogi Day, and then all of a sudden Lee Gunner's singing and dancing about Destiny Udogi too.
Yeah, I look, they'll offer him a new contract. He'll sign it. He will take Tottenham to the promised land. He will take us there. He's like Moses, and we're like his disciples. And we're
Jolion, I don't invite you on because I don't know who you are. You're just a chatter, an Arsenal fan chatter.
That as well, to be honest.
I would say start a channel, and you can talk about whatever you want there.
Yeah, but you just leave our goddamn names out of your goddamn mouth. That's what I will say.
Well, he'll be back, and he's allowed to do as he wants. But all I would say is, Jolion, I hope you got what you were looking for when you came here. And make sure you hit a like. Share the video with your friends. Keep sharing it with your overseer, your caretaker. Big Up Chang says, you're most and very welcome, membership receivers. Looking forward to seeing each and every single one of you on the next members call-in show. That's what being a member in support of the channel means. Big up for that. And big up Chang for supporting the channel financially.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brighton, we were talking a little bit about Brighton there, Dermot, and I want to bring this up. You asked, would I start Brian Hill? And I laughed and said, hell no. Paul O'Keefe tweeted that Brighton and Tottenham are in talks to discuss a potential loan move for Brian Hill.
Yeah, I heard that as well. I don't look. This is one that has 50-50 written all over it. It may happen. It may not happen. But I can see it happening. So I can.
Hey, big up Mo. Everyone coming on over from Footy Judge Mo. Big up. How are you doing? Hopefully y'all are here to talk to me nicely. You've missed quite a kit and caboodle of activity tonight, but big up to Solomon, who's here from the Mo raid. I saw someone else, Laura Madcour's here. Big up Laura. Martin says, where am I? Mo just dumped me here. Hey, Mo's gonna put you in a place, only the greatest of places.
You're welcome, Martin. You're welcome to the greatest show on earth with your host Jacob. There you go.
Hey, big up. Make sure y'all do hit that like. If you're here for a short time, hopefully it's a good time. Partake in the poll, because the question for today is thoughts on Brentford versus Spurs. I haven't checked in on the poll in a while, Dermot. We got 175 votes. 80% says Spurs get back to winning ways. So definitely like to see that. And then everyone else is tied with a lot less votes there. So 3% are still sulking about our missing players. So that's kind of interesting. But big up everybody who did come on over. Look, you just arrived to Thick Town. And what I would say is I was going to play this video just a minute ago, but since so many beautiful new faces have arrived in the chat, which big up to you if you're new, I'm going to play you a video. And this is the video. This is the third time. So if you've been watching from the beginning of the show, I do apologize. But we are playing Brentford. And there's a certain vibe that I need all of us, including the starting 11. This is the vibe we must go with. All right. Dermot, are you ready to see this again? I need you paying attention. Eyes on the screen. Yeah. Do not look away.
Is that who you really wanted? You sure about that?
This is the vibe. This is who we need to be tomorrow. Look at those fucking bees. Fuck those bees.
Dun, 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 dun. There he is, bitch.
Yeah. Now he looks crazy, and that was a crazy thing to witness. But what I would say is, he don't give a fuck. That's what we need to be doing tomorrow. Grab that beehive, smush it up in your fucking hands, let the honey drip down. Oh, bitch, and spit it out. This man don't give a fuck. Yeah, eat those bees. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, you can get stung, but you can still fucking eliminate them. That's the point.
Yeah.
That is the point. Oh, man does love my honey. Big up everybody. Hey, I know some of y'all probably weren't ready for that. Y'all like, I just got here. What are you showing me? But that's what I'm showing you. No, tomorrow we're not doing Save the Bees, Martin. That's the point. Tomorrow we are Monsanto. Tomorrow we will exterminate the bees. That's the point. That's what I hope we do. Hey, big up Suleiman, new member. I always see you over there on This Is Football. See you on Footy Judge Mo. Big up Suleiman grabbing himself a membership to the Lovers Lane. Big up Suleiman. Thank you so much. These are for you. I wonder if it's balloons or confetti. There it is, confetti.
I'm still
yet
waiting
again.
for my balloons. Where's my balloons? This ain't on.
Yeah, well, you got to upgrade your. Actually, I think you just got to download the latest iOS.
Oh yeah, I don't have an Apple. Never mind.
Oh.
Anyway, never mind.
Think of
never
the flowers.
Think
Poor
of the
flowers. Fuck the flowers tomorrow. But on Thursday, we'll resume caring about the flowers.
Yeah.
Mile High Hotspur says, was that Kurt Angle eating the bees? To me, it looks like Josh Brolin. Look, one more. Like,
Is that who you really
looks
want?
like Josh Brolin.
You sure about that?
Right? It looks like Josh Brolin.
Yeah, it did.
It kind of looks like Josh Brolin. But big up, Dermot. You're sitting right here with me, gifting 5 United Spurs of America memberships. Oh, well. Big up for that. You just said, hey, some new players just arrived. Why don't you go ahead and grab a membership? Fifth Elemento, sub 2 typical city international fan is here, and he got a membership. Mike Doss, what a fraud. He is here, and he got gifted a membership. He's never here, and he's always getting gifted memberships. How's that for fun? Who else got one? Mac Machiavelli, Tom 81. Congratulations. Big up. Welcome to the family. Yes. I see all of y'all in the chat. Let's see. I just got a lovely message from Derek Smith. Derek, tell me in the chat right now, do you want me to read this? Do you want me to read that? Is that what you want? Is that what you want me to do? Let me know, Derek. Yes, Fifth Elemento, you just got a membership. Congratulations. What do I do, Jacob? Wait, what was I telling? Dermot, what was I telling him to do? I forgot.
I have no idea.
Least insane American. This is what distracted me. Everyone with the peach butt. Hey, y'all showing the thickness. United thickness of America. Yes. God bless America. That guy's in Florida, by the way. In case you were wondering, yes, that guy was from Florida. But look, y'all, let me see what the poll is at, and then we're going to do our score prediction. So this is the time for you in the chat. You don't have to super chat to get your message read. All right? What you can do, this is your time to shine, baby. No, not like Nobbins when he busted. Shout out Nobbins every single time. But for everyone in the chat, this is the time. All right? And then we'll be signing this thing off. We have been going for over 2 hours now, so I want to wrap this up. Dermot, I'll start with you. And while Dermot answers the question, everyone in the chat, this is your time to shine. Give me your score predictions and who's scoring the goals for you. So, Dermot, I'll start with you, and then I'll go to the chat, and then I'll share my thoughts and predictions on the score.
I started this stream going with 2-0, going for a Richie and a Werner with the 2 goals for me. But, you know, as I've been with you, Jacob, you filled me with more confidence. You filled me with more enthusiasm. Delusional Dermot is now here. He is back. Prophetron has now come to talk to your people as the prophet I am. And I'm going to say Tottenham will win 3-0, Richie with 1, Werner with 1, and the Bentincourt with the other one as well. Ooh. As the great Jacob always saying to me, you got to say Bentincourt. You got to say, as they would say in Uruguay. But for me, 3-0, Tottenham, Richie, Werner, and Bentincourt with the 3 goals, and Tottenham will go back into top 4. Come on, you Spurs! Hey,
come on, you Spurs! Hey, shout out Newcastle for helping us make that reality tonight. Let's see. Let's go to the chat and see what y'all are saying. Martin's got 4-1 to Brentford. Wonderful Queen says 2-1 for the Bees. Don't make me play the B video again, Wonderful Queen. Don't make. If I see another Brentford, I'm gonna play the video. I won a fishing trophy last year. I'm a legend. Oh, okay, big up.
I internet.
Philip Bidwell says 9-0 Brentford. That's it.
Is that who you really wanted?
That's
You
who
sure
really
about that?
wanted. Is this what, you sure about that? Keep predicting Brentford to win. This is what I'm on right now. Fuck them bees. How about that? Crunch, motherfucker. Ah. There you go. JD of the Woolly says, I'm not going to do it because I just played it, but says 3-1 Brentford.
Don't do it.
Ivan Toney gets 2. Pedro Porro gets 1. Don't know about the other. Very fun prediction there. You're lucky I'm not going to play that fucking B clip. You're lucky. Jazz Fusion says 2-2. 2 for the chickens, 2 for the bees. Romero and Richarlison and Ivan Toney with the other 2. Very fun prediction there. Derek Smith says Werner and Skip 2-0. Werner and Skip. If this happens, wow, Derek,
Yeah.
wow. I'm just gonna ask you for predictions and we'll end the show there because if Werner and Skip score, I like it.
He's still in there. He hasn't gone. That Mr. Julian, he said he was going, but he came back, Jacob. He must love our channel, this channel.
You know what they say whenever they're in the comments and they're telling you how much they don't like you? Really.
They really do.
Really, really what they're saying is this.
Oh, I won't let you go. Oh.
Yep, that's really what they're saying there.
Exactly. That's what he's doing.
Philip Bidwell's just joking, says 1-1 for their prediction. Donovan's got Romero in the 7th minute, Richarlison in the 25th, and Werner in the 74th for a 3-0. Love that, Donovan. Big up, Donovan. Chang says Tottenham 1, Brentford 0. Brennan Johnson to score. Ooh. He needs it. He definitely needs it. That 3-0 prediction is going to sting, mate, says JD. Swim Masters got 2-0, Richie and Bentancur. Very nice to see.
How'd you say? Bentancur.
Bentancur.
Bentancur. I can't get my.
You got to roll that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That's the key. Bentancur. Just a little brr at the end.
We're not like that in Ireland. We're a bit more.
You know what I mean?
We're a bit more. Yeah, we're not like you Americans are a bit more volumatic with your voices. Here in Ireland, we're just a bit simple. Hey, Benny, you fucker. Score a goal.
Big up sub 2 typical city says Spurs 2-1. Carl Simpson's got 3-1 Spurs. Like to see it. David Shear's got 3-0. We get keeping a clean sheet with that studious back four that we got.
He's following Profitron.
San Antonio Hotspur says 5 at the back. Craig the Gut coming in 2-1. Richie and Van de Veen. Love to see that. Every time you play that video, I stand up and salute. What a great video it is to. It makes you feel good. Got to keep up my Spurs agenda. Wonderful Queen. You come back here now. All right. You come back here now. Every time you. Oh, I already read that. Bob Down Under. Spurs 3-0. Richie. Dragon sub. Both headers from corners. And Timo. Oh, very nice. Chat Sports got 2-1 Spurs. Kulu with both goals. Very nice. Love to see that. Upping it to 4-1 Spurs. Got to get that honey somehow. Got to get that honey. Get your hands on it, my friend. And don't let your hands come off of it now. Thick boys. Yes, sir. Timmy. 2-1 Richie. Pinnock. And Timo. A little back and forth affair. Okay, yeah. Timmy. I like it.
Timo Garzelas. Timo Garzelas. Timo.
Carl Simpson says Spurs 3, Brentford 1, Richie Madison and Decky. A reply from Tony, then he's cashing out his I like that. Nice little added
Carl knows Richie he very well, so he's going to send on his Betfred to you so we can see.
Oh, very nice. Soliman's got 3-2 to the Spurs. Good AK says 2-1 Spurs. Like to see that as well. Yeah, Internet guys 2-0 Levy with the brace. Wow.
So Levy's going to run onto the pitch at half time and go, give me the ball, give me the ball. Let him fall in
Paul Tucknot, top 5 last names I've seen on this chat ever, says, lot of scared London Cowboys here. Clearly from Mo. Spurs go into top 4, 2-0, Tottenham Hotspur. Love to see that. Big up. And now it is time for mine before we say goodbye and send you on over to Colin with Talking Ball. Look, my prediction.
I'm doing the drum roll here.
I think Ivan Toney opens the account 1-0, boom. And then we get a goal at before halftime, making it 1-1, and then we get another goal or two in the end. So I'm going to end my prediction with a 3-1 Tottenham Hotspur. We should go out there and take care of business. I'm only giving them one because Tony, somehow, some way, he's got to hit his parlay. Yeah. So he's going to make sure that he gets that in the book. So look, for me, I'm saying 3-1 Tottenham Hotspur. Now, as far as who's going to score for us, Romero on a corner is one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what order, but I'm saying Romero on a corner. We're gonna have a team-built goal, and either Werner or Brennan Johnson's just gonna tap it in. One of those front three are gonna get a tap in. Richie, Werner, or Johnson. And if Johnson doesn't start, it's gonna be Kulusevski. So one of them are getting the second, and the third, I think Pedro Porro. One of them fullbacks are scoring. I think it's gonna be Pedro Porro. I think it's going to be Pedro Porro, but I'll also take Destiny Ugodi going ahead and getting himself on the score sheet as well. Daniel Fields got 3-0. So big up to all of you. Big up to you. Yes, indeed.
And Paul Bean Counter, what a lovely comment. He said, this has been the funniest stream in a while. An absolute hoot.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely? Very sweet.
Maybe
it's gone on for way too long and my ass is numb.
Yeah.
So I do got to wrap this up.
I wonder if you and me should be a comedian duo. We should take this on the road, you and me. Take it out.
That'd be like Rush Hour of sorts. Not quite Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, but somewhat.
Look, I'm not Jackie Chan, but I can lose a few pounds.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
No, not really.
That's my best Tucker impression.
I can just say, I do not understand you. I am from Ireland.
I love Kuva99's comment, and we'll end it here. Says, Joe Leone's standards are so high, he spent his free time on a channel with the world's worst fan base. Surely an early contender for Man of the Year. The charity work has been, shall I say, very much welcome. Thank you, Joe. Hopefully Joe Leone hit the like. He's been here. We've been entertaining him for the last 2.5 hours.
I think he will still be here after we've gone. He won't know how to leave. He'd be camping out for your next stream, Jacob. That's what he'd be doing. He'd be getting out the sleeping bag now. He'd be getting out the marshmallows and the coffee. And he said, I'm going to stay here until Jacob comes back tomorrow evening. And then he'd be
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Not really.
That's where we're going to leave it, y'all. Great show. It's been very long. Thank you, Dermot, for joining me for the marathon. It's been tipsy-turvy, up and down, but such is a roller coaster, and that's how you have the most fun. But real quick, I am going to end the poll. 186 votes, 79% says Spurs get back to their winning ways, and that's even with some neutrals voting there, so that's kind of nice. 134 likes, so 50 people voted but didn't like, and that's just quite disappointing, if I'm honest. It's a disgrace, to be quite honest.
It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace.
But to the 134 people who did like the video, you are not a disgrace. You are beautiful. And I love you.
My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to every 134. And the 50 who didn't, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Go and look at yourself in front of a mirror.
Disgrace. Yeah.
A disgrace. Go and look at yourself.
When you wake up next morning, I need you to look at yourself and say, how did I get here? All right?
How did I not?
I will
how
say,
did I hit a like?
Oh, I found this. I was Googling Joe Leone, and I found a quick videos. It was one of his tryout videos, real quick.
Ow! Big man, you're done out here.
You're done out here. But big up Joe Leone. Appreciate the participation. Appreciate everyone who is here who's not a Spurs fan. But I also do appreciate all those beautiful Spurs fans who have been here. And look, I appreciate y'all, but I'm going to end it there. I was going to try and say some fucking ending, but look, it's been 2.5 hours. We've gone on for long enough, but do stick around right now. Don't exit out. Don't hit back. 3 people just left, but don't do that. Stop it. Y'all fuckers come back. All right, I'm redirecting you over to Colin with Talking Ball. He's got a late night show for you with I believe with Jose. I don't know who, but stick around. I will send you right on over there. Just get over there, say Jacob Raid, hit a like, hit a subscribe, and then you can close the browser, okay? And then you can go back to your families. But just do those 3 things. Or a fourth option, you might hang out, you might have a good time, you might find yourself enjoying yourself over there at Talking Ball. So do me that favor, help me get them to 1K. All right, they deserve it. It needs to happen. We will be there. But as always, folks, I need you to do a couple more things. And they're very simple. I need you to stay blessed, stay fresh. I need you to up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Quiz.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.